Crystal Edge Technology screens. Oh man, I am really thinking about basically, well, the paint's not so much, but I think majority of our screens, we're going to be making some of our technology pretty much offline. The reason why is because I'm going to do a little test and see how I profited offline compared to online. And see how that goes. I'm going to make some decisions in the future about our technology and how we sell it and who we sell it to. Okay, so with that being said, I had some people asking me about samples of our technology. We're going to have some samples of our technology, but again, like I said, I want to make sure all our products are basically patent, copyright, trademark, and whatever we got to do at the end of the day to get it done. I want to talk about gain. And the reason why I want to talk about gain is because keep in mind, majority of most gain on the market is it's ALR, which that gain I've seen on the market isn't really what they claim it to be, because all the demonstrations I've seen and ambient light rejection projection screens are all done in ambient light controlled environments, and that does not make it an ambient light rejection screen. This is a technology we used to entertain. We still entertain it right now, but pretty soon we won't be entertaining it anymore because we have an FLE technology. So we won't be entertaining the ambient light rejection. And I'm willing to challenge any screen with that technology versus FLE, because FLE technology can produce images and absorb sunlight, where the ambient light rejection technology, pretty much we have been able to do things with it that other screen paints can't. But some of these products you see on the market, they don't even fit in the description of what do you call true ambient light rejection technology. So let me see here. We'll pull up under a Crystal Edge page. Best way to show up ambient light rejection technology is outside. That's the best way to show it off. Inside, too easy, because again, you got doors and windows and all this stuff blocking the light, and people cheat when they do these demonstrations. They have customized theater rooms where they have screens hidden in between little crevices and little areas where they have these pillars where light is blocking the screen. So nothing's done out in the open, so you can see it. There are demonstrations right here in max out zones. We're in fully lit environments, so we call ourselves advanced ambient light rejection. Before it was ambient light rejection, we were using our technology. And then when we're doing demonstrations more outside, demonstrations such like this in fully lit, or actually beyond fully lit environment when you're outside, then we started switching over to calling our technology advanced ambient light rejection technology, because no projection screen right now, even with the old traditional, which you consider ALR technology, can do that. Mind you, we got challenges under that technology. There's a challenge still sitting there. It still hasn't been met yet. It's called 1100 lumen challenge. You can literally go to Google and you can dig it up. 1100 lumen challenge. So let's see. So let's become complete. No. That's on Minecraft. 1100 lumen. Should have put down projector. 1100 lumen projector. Oh. 1100 lumen projector challenge outside. Let's find our baby. There's one right there. Oh, we did several of these. Several of these challenges for the 1100 lumen challenge. This was for our ability to test to see exactly how well people have advanced. And I'm still watching that. People have advanced in the original, ALR technology. Let's see how far they've advanced in it. There's my baby right there. That right there is called an 1100 lumen challenge. This is a challenge we put out in, how many years back with this? Matter of fact, a little farther than I thought. 4 years ago. 4 years ago, and in that challenge, we stated that any projection screen, whether it be a certified high-end screen, whether it be screen paint products, whether it be physical screens, whatever it may be, match the challenge. This is a challenge we have that's never been met. This is called our Ultimate Screen Paint Challenge Unmatched. Outside, daytime on 1100 lumens on true ambient light rejection technology. At the bottom, we invited people to go in and post their videos beating the challenge. And the only ones we have here, this is us. This is all us right here. There's nobody else there. So it just shows you, and this is video, this challenge was floating around for how long? This challenge was floating around for 4 years. 4 years this challenge was floating around and no one was able to match it. That's just ambient light projection technology. So after seeing that and seeing we can't find anybody to match the challenge, the next stage was, let's design something better than the ALR, ambient light rejection technology. Let's lean toward advanced ambient light rejection technology. Sorry about that, people. So now after that, we have, I was thinking about superior, but we're not going to do superior. I don't want anything to do with the ambient light rejection because we've done it to death. So right now we're going to be working on FLE, which is the technology you saw eat sunlight. At all. About 7 o'clock in the evening. Projector 720p. Now, before you can actually make that statement on your product, you have to be to back them up. We've seen people actually come up with fake gains. Some people say they don't require ambient light rejection technology at all. And yes, you do. You have to have ambient light rejection technology to work. Other than that, your customers will be sitting in the dark. You'll be sitting in the dark. There's no way in the world you could do a demonstration like this. Another problem you have with ambient light rejection technology, it does not work on lighter screens. It doesn't work on lighter screens at all, period. Lighter screens, light gray screens do not work with ambient light rejection. They fade out. This is why they have to be in dark environments, because the screen can't register, can't pick up contrast, can't pick up color, and so on. Another problem you have is fake specifications on range gain. I finally figured out what the freak range gain was. So range gain, because if you go to this site, hold on for a minute, I gotta pop to this site real quick. The other one says he doesn't use ambient light rejection, doesn't require it, but again, all his customers sit in dark environments. He sits in dark environments, so he can't be in well-lit environments because the screen washes out. And for some reason, he considers an open window and a door to be extreme lighting. That's not extreme lighting. This would be extreme lighting. Actually, this is outside. So this is what you call extreme light hitting the screen. Next time you open up a door and window and you claim that you don't require ambient light rejection technology and you're in extreme lighting, you need to stop lying. This is what we call extreme lighting for us. This is outside. That's extreme lighting. Hitting sunlight and drawing in sunlight through a screen, we consider that to be extreme lighting. This is extreme lighting. Being in a dark environment where we can't make out corners and the environment's really dark. As you can see, if we put neon lights behind the back of the screen, it's not going to illuminate at all, period. Nothing's going to come out of the back of this screen at all, not a thing, because it's outside. So when I have people saying that, oh, we're using extreme lighting, no, you're not. I'm an 1100 lumen projector, 12 feet of screen, and I'm outside in the daytime hour watching an OLED demonstration. So that's not his version of extreme lighting. Is poor, extremely poor. There's no way in the world that's extreme lighting. So we call it cheat environment. So keep in mind, this is basic ambient light rejection technology for us. This is the challenge I told you about. This is the challenge that was never met. This challenge is actually put out for everybody, including certified screens, Diamond, all of them. We called every last company out that has been there. Again, 4 years. We're the only ones there. No one placed a link there, because everybody else, when I go do my my field trips, my YouTube field trips, everybody's stuck in an ambient light controlled environment. You can't do this, and these are not ultra short throws. You can't use ultra short. These are distant throw projectors, so there's no cheating. You have to do an actual physical distance throw. So this tells me at the end of the day, if that's been sitting there for 4 years and no one has tried to attempt to beat it, that tells me how far back and how old the technology is. That's the information I'm getting. So right now we've advanced to that, to advanced ambient light projection technology. Those are the giant monster screens you see outside that are collecting all that light and demonstration that you're seeing, and these fully lit environments. That's advanced ambient light projection technology gain. Now we're beyond that. That's not even our technology anymore. We are now at FLE Technology, which is a technology that can draw sunlight. If it can take in sunlight, sunlight can filter through it. Imagine what it can do in a regular environment. Like the tablecloth screen I have sitting over there. So yeah, range gain, I finally figured out what that was. So range gain, I guess, is his own version of a gain for his screen, because I'm checking if I've seen anything called 2.0, 3.0, 1.0, any of the traditional gains. We consider those gains to be old. If you're using 0.9 and 2.0 and all that, and your products are really old, really, really old. That ranging from your, no, keep in mind that the technology under FLE is 100,000 lux. We have to get special meters to read that screen. So 2.0 in our environment would wash out. All right, so again, elite screens have their own version of ambient light projection technology. They call it a ceiling light projection technology. We've had it over here. I had the screens over here. That stuff actually works. So I've actually had them over here. Quite a few of them. I actually had all of them over here, to tell you the truth. And they all work. They do exactly what they're supposed to do, but the only problem is the screens are light gray, and the problem with a light gray screen is, again, problem with contrast and color just won't work that well. But it surprisingly does work for a screen that's usually gray. Usually ambient light projection technology doesn't work for a screen of that color, but it works for them. It just can't pick up the color and contrast. It won't register. Let me see. So let's go over here. Let's pull up. Let me see. What is the range on his products? What are they? Now the other one says Crow's products says he doesn't require ambient light rejection technology. He doesn't need it. But every demonstration I see from your customers, every single one is sitting in the exact same environment that you're sitting in. And the customer who had the 200-inch screen on a 4K projector clearly washed out. If his screen wasn't ambient light rejection, then we see why ambient light rejection is important. Because his screen should have pulled, especially with that caliber projector, should have easily pulled. I could do 16 feet at 1,000 lumens and pull. I can do 12 feet and pull outside. So the fact that he couldn't get a 200, his projector was 3,500 lumens and he couldn't pull, yeah, that's a problem. Keep in mind, in Crow's specification, the minimum requirement for his product is 2,200 lumens, and the guy had a 3,500 lumen long throw 4K projector and it didn't pick up. So another problem that plagues his screens is you have to have ambient light rejection technology. And another big problem is the fact that ambient light rejection technology has a difficult time running on lighter screens. So let me see. We'll go over here. Now keep in mind, none of these products are tested. None of these products you can't get batch numbers on these products because, again, I told you before, product has to show that it's tested. None of these products are tested. We can't find any tests. I mean, I can dig them up and try to see if we can find any real tests before the product is sold, but we've done that already, so there's no test. Let's see what the gain is on the product. Let's look at the paint. This is the paint product here. So let's go over here and let's pull up one of these and let's see what this product has for its gain. We'll go with the black one as usual. Let's see. So, and as you can see, when it comes down to the screen's gain, he tried to make his own gain. He calls it gain range or range gain. I got it mixed up in the comments, in the title. But either way, it's called gain range. That's what he calls his product, gain range. That is the gain on his screen, gain range. And the gain range is basically what he's stating is that your screen can pull two gains with one screen paint. It can pull a 0.8 to a 0.85. How would that be possible? I can't explain this enough about this at the end of the day. that you can't make up things if you don't have the proof to back it up. You have to have the proof to back it up in order to make that claim. Because if you don't, it's considered to be fraud. I mean, anyone can come into make a screen paint and say, hey, this screen paint gives off optical illusions. This screen paint gives in 3D rendering, projection objects, all kinds of stuff. They can put anything in there. So how do you know if it has range gain? How do you know if it's even possible? Keep in mind, we watched the video already. There's nothing in the video explaining this stuff, even though it's pointed toward a video that is completely useless. This is virtually impossible, and this is why you can't go in and you can't make these statements, because that is not possible. And if it is possible, you have to show proof that it's possible. We call our technology, all our technology, we have ambient light rejection, which we can show you demonstrations outside. Even with our advanced ambient light rejection technology, we can show you on the massive grid here, where we have tons of demonstrations outside, even outside in the snow, showing our products working perfectly outside, no problem. Best demonstration you're gonna be to test the screen is outside. When I do demonstrations on my products, and people ask me, is the screen going to work inside? This is what we show them. Ultra short throw, this is where we point to them. There you go. You can watch your, sorry about that, ultra short throw projector outside if you want. That demonstration beat the promo. We beat the promo, their own promo with their own projector. So anytime I get somebody says, hey, I have an ambient light rejection screen paint, it has the ability to produce in a fully lit environment, we show them this. You can't get any more fully lit than outside. Got plenty of these inside too, but I like the outside ones. The outsides are more challenging. So this is advanced ambient light rejection technology. That's our technology in advancement. Here's another one right here. Outside.
Okay, how are we doing out there? First things first.
12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Voluminous 4K screen paint using ambient light rejection.
Watching a movie. So if you're going to say that your product has the capability, you have to be able to back this up 100%. And your customers have to be to get the same results that you're getting to prove that it works. So this is us outside doing a little Despicable Me right there. And with that being said there, let me come out of this all together. There we go. Bring it back up, bring it back up, bring it back up, up. These are our demonstrations in fully lit environments. As you can see, our technology can generate. This is advanced ambient light rejection technology right here. So the other one was ambient light rejection. This is advanced ambient light rejection. That's what advanced ambient light rejection technology is designed to do, is to even pull up in even higher well-lit environments. That's why if you notice in our demonstrations, there is no dark corners. There is no windows being blocked from any light. Instead of having the windows halfway across the room and trying to claim that there's light making contact with the environment, Crow, as you can see, my windows sit side by side to my screen. My screen's a whopping 126-inch screen. My projector sits back 18 feet from the screen, which means it travels a distance. It doesn't sit right up on top. Even ultra short throws we had saying we're sitting 5 feet away from the screen. This is ambient light rejection technology, gentlemen. This is how it works. This is our advanced version of ambient light rejection. We are the only technology that can display an image just like this. The rest of you got the windows covered up. All this is blocked off. It's dark around the areas of mine. The screen has LED lights sitting behind the back of it, which you can't see because they can't fire off because the environment's too well lit. This is when I laugh when I hear people saying, oh, I've got extreme lighting in my... No, you do not have extreme. Where do you get this from? Your windows are way on the other side. My windows are right there. That's advanced ambient light rejection technology. So at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, I can go watch a movie with no problem and look out the window at the same time. This is why we consider it to be a joke when we hear people saying, oh, ambient light rejection technology. You should be able to pull a 100% contrast level. You can't do that on a projector that you spent that much money for at a $500,000 to $2 million to 1, sorry, contrast, and you can't read a contrast level with that much light making contact with your screen, then there's a problem there. There's a huge problem there. I constantly see demonstrations with Danny, his screen sit on the floor, constantly all the time, sitting on the floor. You know why? Because it's below the window level and it's below the light that's over top that's hitting the screen. That's how you do an impressive demonstration, gentlemen. If you're going to talk about ambient light rejection technology, you have to be to back this up. Range gain doesn't exist. You have no videos, you have nothing. And matter of fact, in any of your videos, you never mention it. You don't even talk about it, but yet you have it there. So what is range gain? If I tell people at the end of the day that we want to call our technology advanced ambient light rejection, I have to show them why it has the ability to do that. Taking a 126-inch screen and sticking it in a pocket of windows with a projector, which is way back behind me, yeah, it's impressive. Even got chandelier in there too. So imagine how much wonderful that must be to come downstairs and look at all the beautiful natural lighting. You see my curtains? My curtains are veneer curtains, which means they're not designed to block light. They're designed to bring light into the environment. This is why when I get on here, people think at the end of the day I'm bragging. I'm talking about this, that, and the other. Look, at the end of the day, people, if you don't want the technology, I have companies that'll take it with no problem. It's not a problem. I mean, this stuff is easy to sell. No one at the end of the day wants to sit in a dark environment. You know, they're going to try to push you like, oh, projectors are designed to be for movie theaters and all that, blah, blah, blah. Not today's projectors. Today's projectors now are ultra short throw machines. They're designed to be TV set top boxes. And all the demonstrations I see is the same demonstration. Expensive projector, poorly lit environment because they can't get the screen to fire up. Colors are washed out. Can't see contrast levels. Yeah, it's pitiful. It's a shame. That's a 720p projector. We're using the demonstration 600 by 800 res that we're running. And we're picking up at 18 feet across the environment to hit that screen and all that window light. Range gain doesn't exist. This is why you got to have batch numbers. This is why you got to question stuff. At the end of the day, make sure they can back up their products. If not, you just gonna get ripped off. And then I'll come on YouTube and I'll just laugh at you. Like, hold up, what the freak did he just buy? Who the freak? Yeah, there you go. The screen's supposed to react the same way. See our test demonstrations? These are our test demonstrations on gunmetal technology. My gunmetal can fire up in an environment that a regular gunmetal screen can't. They can't use it. They can't be in there. See all the colors? Nothing washes out. Nothing faded. Again, projector sitting halfway across the room. Let's go over to pause this one. Pause this one. Customer demonstration. Outside, screen's supposed to react the same way it reacts in our videos. That's a demonstration that was done on the Frankenstein. Yeah, I know it's the exact same image right there in a dark, dark environment. Except for the difference is Frankenstein doesn't have the ability to be able to pull proper white levels. It doesn't pull proper color. It can't see a 100% contrast level, and the gain on it is extremely poor. The reason why I know that is because when I see those videos in dark environments and darker screens, it's supposed to be able to produce a much well-lit environments because ambient light rejection technology works perfectly with them. So to say that you have a product that doesn't require it is a complete lie. Because all your customers sit in the dark. My customers are in fully lit environments. I'm outside doing the same demonstration. Well, he's doing the same demonstration you did on your Frankenstein, right there, but outside. On a 720p projector. Now, again, our challenge is here. This is 1100 lumen challenge. It's been there for 4 years. It has never been matched. It's basic ambient light rejection technology, not advanced. Not outside with a 3300 lumen projector, no 4000, no 5000. It's 1100 lumens outside. It's been sitting there 4 years. 4 freaking years. Can someone basically do this demonstration today? Now, mind, that challenge wasn't just for those 200 videos. Well, actually, the other one didn't even exist then. He didn't even, yeah, Danny wasn't even around. His products didn't even exist. He was nowhere to be found. But anyway, this challenge was for everybody. All certified screens to call out was for everybody. Post your link if you could beat the screen below. It sat there for 4 years. There's nobody there but us. There's my projector right there. You can look it up, the model on it. 1,000 lumens outside. Sorry, 1,100 lumens outside.
About 7 o'clock in the evening.
So when I hear people saying, oh, we're outside an extreme well-lit environment, well, look who you're making that comment to at the end of the day. Now, as I said before, range gain, no, it doesn't exist. Danny, let me explain something to you. If you pop into the room, let me explain something to you. Don't come in here running your mouth. I don't want to hear it. Back it up. I want to see this range gain. Because if you don't, we're going to order it. We will get it down here. You can cancel my order all you want, but the rest of my people that will be placed in that order, you're not canceling them. You're just going to randomly cancel strangers. How would you know it's them at the end of the day? If you're just not getting any orders at all and only one order pops up, you would have to know it has to be one of them. And if that order gets canceled, we know that you're not getting any orders at all. So let it go through. Let us get the product down here because you are very afraid of me having your products. I have $700 worth of canceled orders from you. You are terrified. And judging by when I've seen Silent Wake do your review, it didn't go well. You couldn't even produce the color that you were supposed to produce. So I couldn't imagine the nightmare we're going to get on our end by doing a real test demonstration on your product. He skipped every test on the face of the planet. There were no black versus black demonstrations done. There were no color levels, nothing against certified screens, no low entry level projectors, ultra short throw, low lumen projectors. He didn't even take it outside. I'm going to spend 4 hours on your screen. 2 hours here, 2 hours there. We're going to thoroughly go through it. Now, as I said before, gentlemen, I've spent hundreds on your products. You have spent, Crow's only spent $38 for my product. As many times as you've been on my website crying and whining, you could have went right up to the shopping cart, picked it up, and bought the product. But the reason why you can't is because we know at the end of the day, you know my product would crush you at the end of the day. You already know that from the door. I already gave you permission to send me black paint. That's over and done with. You had plenty of time. You didn't send it, so we already know the door behind that one. But anyway, your range gain is fake. It doesn't exist. You just can't come up and just make things up as you go along. As I'm looking on your site right now, I'm seeing when it comes down to your specification sheet, and you're missing a lot of information on here. There's a ton of information. There is a whole section alone just for rear. Rear alone has its own section. So basically using rollers on a rear projection screen, yeah, good luck with that one. You're gonna mark your screen up pretty bad. And still I haven't seen a demonstration on rear projection on this product. Anyone seen a video yet? No. So that right there is fake until we see it. And I would love to see you do a roller on it and see what the outcome would be, because it's not gonna be pretty. The range gain here you have on your product, right? Let me go bring it down here for a minute. Let me bring it up. Let's see right there, the range gain. What is that? What the heck is gain range? So that's his own version of gain for his screen. Jamie has no ambient light projection at all, period. But yet you give off the illusion as if your product is ambient light projection by saying you don't need it and don't require it, but yet your product works in an extreme well-lit environment. I've had your product outside. You want to see what this product looks like in an extreme well-lit environment, the same as the screen we had out there? I'll show you. Let's see. Let's go find the test demonstration we did on your product outside. This out here is considered to be extreme when you say extreme lit environment. So let's see how your product fared outside on our test. Now this is where we were getting products from him before he started doing the nonsense he does now and canceling orders and all that other nonsense. He used to be able to ship his products, like right to our front door with no problem. But then we started having problems with them. So let's go with the Chrome 11, let's see, 76, mix outside. Now, how we were able to get a hold of it, actually, I got it for a birthday gift. Somebody bought it to me for a birthday gift because they knew I was having a problem getting this product. He kept canceling orders, and they were watching him cancel the orders. So they were curious, like, why is he so afraid? Let me do this guy a favor. Someone sent it to me as a birthday gift. Thank you so much. When I opened the can, yeah, I'm going to test the daylights out of this. Oh, I bet you your heart probably exploded in your chest. He saw me with that container. And of course, he went there and whined and cried. Oh, it's fake. It's not real. He made it. Yeah, that's the same thing we went through with the Cinemax. Literally the same thing. When the customer sent over his container of the Cinemax to us because he didn't like the way Jamie did us dirty on sending us black paint. By the way, now it's a post office mail fraud charge. But anyway, and he didn't like it, and basically he sent us his, and he went into a huge, massive rant. I wish I could find those videos. I'm pretty sure he deleted them off his account about how we were so wrong, how we printed the labels, how the product we have is fake, how his product would never match network grade 773. Oh, I wish I could find the demonstrations. You have no idea how bad I would like to have my hands on those. I should have dubbed them. I literally should have dubbed them. I don't know why I didn't. But anyway, he went into this huge rant, and then to turn around and he matched it. Yeah, okay. All right, let's go take a look. So, there you go. These are all Crow's products that we've had unboxing on his products. Mind you, this one right here is from a customer who shipped it to us. This is the legit. Customer shipped this to us. It was leaking at a hole in the container. This is one that actually matched his mix. The one with the black and white mixture, it matched it. These are his products. This is a company called Pro HD. We put them against Crow's product. They did amazing. Amazing. Beautiful colors. More of Crow's products. We'll show you right there. Some more right there. There we go. There's the personal mix. This is the personal mix outside. And if I'm wrong on this, you know how what I do at the end of the day. What do I say? If I'm wrong on this, you are more than welcome. Hold on for a minute. You are more than welcome to do the demonstration yourself outside. If I'm wrong on this. If I'm wrong, you're more than welcome to do the demonstration. You know how old this video is? Look at this. This video is 4 years old. So between here and 4 years old, back then, you had all this time to back this up and never did it. Never did it. So if I sit there and I tell you, you know, you can just back it up and just do the video, you had 4 years. I've never seen you do this video outside. Never. You know why? Your screen would wash out. His product does not work outside. This is the personal screen paint mix against a Supreme 7 at 1100 lumens because he refused to do the challenge. He kept running his mouth about his product. I said, fine. We got the product down here. We did the same demonstration. 1100 lumen challenge and the screen wash. Jamie, let me show you something real quick. I'm going to show you something that's going to hurt you really bad right now. All right? I'm going to show you something. This is going to hurt. All right? I want you to know this is going to hurt. You're about to repeat history right now. Now watch this. You see that right there? You know what that is? That's the LG emblem. The LG OLED TV emblem is what popped up in your video demonstration when you did the network gray versus your product. Both of them washed out. But separate in this demonstration over here, we got a projector with 100:1 contrast. You were using a 2,000,000:1 contrast projector, and your image came up looking like that inside in your own apartment. You see the emblem right there? All right, now watch this. You don't notice this stuff, do you? You don't notice this stuff. I'm going to show you something. Watch this. Remember I told you that LG emblem is supposed to come up jet black? Watch this. You did it yourself. You told on yourself. going to show you where you told on yourself. It's no point in coming here ranting. The point is, the hot mics are designed, to you understand this, to expose you. Because why in the world are you getting upset about something that you did? You made these videos. No one forced you to make these videos. What are you doing? Did you knock out my system? Yes, you did. Yeah, you. Don't give me that. You knocked it out. I wasn't hearing my music in the background. He knocked out my freaking system back there. There you go. That's the LG logo. When it pops up, it comes up jet black. I can show you the same logo right here on my screen right now. That logo comes up black. You can see it on your cell phone. You can pull it up on your cell phone. It comes up black. Why in the world would LG, the OLED technology, produce their logo with gray? And they're basically a black technology. This is just downright stupid. The reason why it's coming up gray, because that even with a 2 million to 1 contrast projector, your screen can't read it. That means the demonstration you did with the woman with the dark makeup, you falsified that whole demonstration. You had it in a super dark environment, of course, darker than this one. And you went in and did the demonstration and it deceived your customers by saying, hey, look, you could pick up a 100% contrast level on a gray screen. What do you smoke at the end of the day? Literally, what do you smoke? Where in the world would you even come up with the idea to tell people that your product pulls 100% contrast? Where did you get that from? Your screen failed to pull up a contrast level. You know how many people picked up on that when they first saw that? And it was like, wait a minute, what's this projector again? I said, oh, he's a P2. Dude, he's a, wait. His projector has a 2 million to 1 contrast and it looks like that? Yeah, your screen can't see contrast, even with 2 million to 1. And you know that already. You know that. When the camera's off and you're sitting in a well-lit environment, because I'm pretty sure you light that apartment up in a well-lit environment off camera, you know your screen's not pulling up any contrast whatsoever. But to get up there and lie and tell people that you can do this, your projector is 3,000 lumens. You're sitting on top of the screen. I'm outside with 1,100 lumen projector. Our technology can pull. Yours is not pulling. Where's the contrast? Yeah, I thought so. What did you knock out? Literally knocked out my system altogether. Gee whiz, Taco. What did you knock out? Oh, he's doing something. Oh. Gee whiz. You know you're in trouble, right? Literally knocked out the entire system. What did you do? Sorry about that. Taco doing dumb stuff as always. He just gets in trouble. He's a cat. He's going to get in trouble. But he knocked out the game system. I don't know what he did over here, and what he knocked out, and how he knocked it out. Let me see something for a minute. Chawa. All right, that's got to figure itself out. I got to get around to that later. I got to figure out what this joker just did. Yeah, you. Thousands and thousands of toys you got, and you knock out the system. It's back on. Chawa. Stay away from that, please. Thank you. All right. Now getting back to this. Again, the logo. That comes up in black. That does not come up in gray. Because again, I don't think anyone would go near OLED if they're claiming to have some of the darkest levels on the face of the planet and their logo itself comes up with a gray background. That doesn't make any sense. So again, 2 million to 1. Expensive high-end projector, and he couldn't get the screen to register a black level. Come back over here, where we're outside. Same reaction. Except for the difference is when we did this demonstration you did didn't even exist because you never did it. Because we never came up with the idea of the network grade 773. That came up later on when I moved over to the other house, which was, let me see, Havington Town. So that was about almost 4 years ago. Yeah. Yep. So we took you outside. No. I'm sorry. This would be the other one. This would be Peach Street, and then Peach Street would have been 47th. Yes, this is 47th. Yeah. So yeah, over here, this is where your product didn't work. So how do you explain it? Because you got on camera, you lied and told a whole bunch of people. Even in your demonstrations, if you go to your website, you clearly see under the Cinemax, which is a product you literally should not be selling because that product literally matched the house paint. But anyway, you are showing a product that when you look at the pictures, you're seeing these really dark contrast levels. But yet, when we took it down here for testing, it couldn't pick up. It didn't pick up contrast for jack. We couldn't get it to work in the house. It didn't work outside the house. It didn't work on any caliber projectors. All the certified screens crushed it in the process. It didn't work for jack at all. Period. And then now he does the demonstration. This is the personal mix. He does the demonstration on the oh, it even makes it even worse. It makes it even worse. Because both products look exactly the same. They're both reacting the same way. I didn't even think about that part right there. So if you sit there and scream, well, one's the Cinemax and one's the personal, they both do the same thing. Customer inside washed out on this thing. We have it outside, it washed out. We had it inside, it washed out. And then the Cinemax is doing the exact same thing that the personal mix is doing. And they look exactly the same. Tell me these things don't look the same. Bamboozle, man. Absolutely bamboozle. I come on here to talk about range gain. I tell you, every time we bring up one topic, dealing with him, we always find messed up stuff, like really messed up stuff. Like, gee whiz, he was doing this mess for this long a time, and this was going like the time we came in, and we literally found a video of his product matching a bed sheet, a dark gray bed sheet. Perfectly. And then the guy turns around and shows the product and everything. It's just perfect. Absolutely perfect. I got pictures of all that too. But anyway, but this whole range gain thing, the thing about it is you guys make it up as you go along. This whole range gain thing, you say you don't require any form of ambient light rejection technology, even in your own demonstrations, your screen washed out. You did the exact same thing that a house paint did. The exact same thing. Now, people understand that this person, when he comes in, he is going to be very agitated. He's going to be very upset, very angry. And this is why you're seeing him react the way he is. We're used to this. This is why we have the hot mic, because these videos that we do, they go over to forum sites, and forum sites get a chance to look through all this, and they get a chance to read through all the comments. That's what they love, to read the comments. So if you're interacting stupid and saying something, mind you, you're going to be posted. So it's all about basically exposing people for doing things they shouldn't be doing. Y'all don't like it when I talk about batch number verifications. Y'all hate that when I say that, because some of you out there ripping people off. You can't back up what you're saying. Hey, Danny, can you back up a batch number verification with a range gain? Can you show us any videos of that possibly existing? FLE Technology has the ability to filter sunlight. I got tons of videos on it. Tons of them. I can show you that. Ambient light rejection technology, I can show you outside painting the screen. Outside, not inside. More ambient light to deal with. Advanced ambient light rejection technology, I can show you a screen at 126 sitting in a bay of windows. Something your screens can never sit in because they would wash out. No ultra short those, 18 feet back. So y'all claim to not need gain. That's one half of y'all, which you definitely do need, because all your customers that I've seen so far all sit in these dark environments. And the other half has a range gain or gain range, who claims that if you paint the screen in a different direction, it pulls up a completely different gain with no videos, nothing backing it whatsoever. What's next? This is a gray screen. If you paint the gray screen in 3 different directions and you say a little chant, it turns black. What's next? I mean, come on, you guys are coming up with these bogus ideas. What is next? What's next? I'm pretty sure that's going to come up. You paint the screen slightly, you slightly get it. It turns darker. No, man, it's phony. Y'all need to cut it out. Y'all really do. Look at this. I'll tell you, this part right here. This part right here is interesting because, again, 2 million to 1 projector. Nothing came up on it at all. And it's ultra short, though. It's a tri-laser projector. Nothing came up at all, period. So how come it looks like this here, but in its other demonstrations, it doesn't look the same way? What's going on with that? If this thing won't work on a projector as powerful as that, your 720p's have no hope. Your 1080p's have no hope. He couldn't get a 4K laser projector with a 2 million to work on his screen. What hope do you have for the rest of the projectors? That's definitely not. If you're saying that's 4K compatible, well, guess else is 4K compatible. That house paint is 4K compatible also too. Watch. So, wouldn't that make the house paint 4K compatible also? Now, my technology I got sitting over here, I coded the screen in, did demonstrations, put it against a high-end certified, showed you the difference, put it against black fabric, put it against white fabric. I was able to show you a difference, talk about it at the same time. None of that matched my screen in any way whatsoever. None of it. And if you're saying, well, you're using 4,000 lumens, everything was being hit with 4,000 lumens. You do know that. So when we fire off a 4,000 lumen projector, it doesn't mean just our screen's being hit with it. By physics, everything gets hit by it. So everybody had a chance to get a piece of the 4,000 lumens. None of them picked up except for us. But right here, look at the difference between your product on a gray versus gray. You matched it. So this means that your product is now no longer worth 50 bucks. Your product is worth less than 50 bucks, a lot less, because a gallon of this stuff is like 15 bucks. So you're actually under a gallon. You're somewhere in the range of probably like $8. The fact that you're trying to get 50 and this is supposed to be your flagship paint, you can't get 50 for this at all, period. That's a ripoff. Not when I can go to Sherwin-Williams and do the same thing. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of tones that can do your paint in the day. And through our test that we did on this product, mind you, we were able to match just the two other paints, the Personal Mix and the Metallica Mix 2.0, matched this paint perfectly. Did you do those demonstrations? No, you didn't do those demonstrations at all. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the madness. Look at the absolute madness. Now, before you sit there and say, oh, you can't show my picture without my... Yes, I can do that. As long as I don't chop your head off and stick it on a puppet body like a 3-year-old, that'll be basically, that'll get me in a lot of trouble. I don't do stuff like that. But yes, I can show that video off as many times as I want because this is a video of fraud. You committed fraud in this video. I can actually use it against you in court. This is fraud. Because the reason what makes it fraud and makes you a scammer, because we can clearly show that you were selling this product long after you did this video and you found out your product matched. Instead of you pulling the product off the shelves or wherever you have it at and stop making it, you continue to sell it, which means you have now committed fraud. Anyone who bought this product can now sue you. Because you knew the product match. You're going to get there in front of a judge and sit there and say, oh, it doesn't match. Tell that to a judge. He's going to look at you like, do you think I'm stupid? You may be able to pull this nonsense on YouTube. This is not YouTube, Mr. Gonzalez. This is court. That's what you're going to tell you. How much of this stuff did you sell after you realized your product was an identical match to house paint? That's what my attorney's going to ask you. What are you going to say? You're under oath. Don't lie. How much of that stuff did you sell after you realized? Now, pretty sure these people work like spiders. Spiders are a nice big web hoping to catch. People that are aware of the webs will go around it. They'll avoid it. But they're hoping to catch people who don't know. They don't know the web's there. That's what they're hoping to catch. That's why they can't stand the batch number verification. They hate it so much because, again, they want a customer on there who doesn't know much, doesn't ask a lot of questions, someone they can manipulate, get them to buy whatever. Because this demonstration literally should be on his website right now, giving the customer the opportunity, he or she, to choose what they want. You want the house paint, or do you want to basically just slide off a shelf and save you some money? Why did he delete the video? Why did he get rid of it? He was proud of it. He posted it. No one put a gun to his head. He did it at free will. So why did he get rid of it? Like anybody else tries to get rid of stuff, to hide evidence. That's what it comes down to. Danny, let's get off of this guy because I don't want him thinking at the end of the day we're just picking on him because he goes full Karen on me all the time. He cries a lot. Let's go over to Danny over here. Danny, your specification sheet is a complete freaking lie. Now, I'm not saying, no, I can't say all of it's a complete lie because some of this stuff may work. We'll test it. We'll find out. But the range gain, that ain't working. I have not seen any videos on this. We watched the video yesterday or the day before yesterday, and all we saw was you talk about painting the product down. As a matter of fact, you were so lazy and your demonstrations here that you even have gray paints being preferred to black paints. Now, when you take a product and you paint it down and it's black, and you put it up against the screen, the customer is seeing the reaction of the black paint. That's what they're seeing. But if you link that to a product that's gray, how are they going to get a reaction out of that? Let's show you. Let's go over here. This is where he has the black product. This is the black one right here. And again, skeptical because again, how do we know the black's going to come out black? Because the charcoal gray did not come out charcoal gray. It actually came out mid-gray. So we don't even know about that. Because again, no test. No test at all. Hey, look, customers are going to do the research, gentlemen. Not just me. Customers are going to do the research. You know how customers find my products? The first thing I ask them, where'd you find me at? YouTube. Saw one of your test demonstrations. Went to your website. Went through all your website. Saw all the test demonstrations. Saying this is a person at the end of the day that gets it done. They go to look for your stuff. They don't find jack. Nothing at all. No test demonstrations, not a thing. Which means that product wasn't even tested before you sold it. If it was tested, then that means when SolidWave 5 got its hands on it, it wouldn't have came up as bad as it did. He had the same, and when he turned over the screen, those lumpy, bumpy areas that look like somebody, like skin off top of pudding. That's how I'm going to explain it. The skin you get off on top of pudding, that's what it kind of looked like on the screen. Same reaction you had on yours. That bumpy, that skin kind of, it just looked nasty. The same thing. So from your demonstration, the paint came out the color, and his it didn't. So that's kind of like, I don't even know if it's not tested. You didn't do enough testing on the product. You didn't. Quick, fast, pretty much from the door. Let's go over to, and by the way, this is the black paint. As he says, it doesn't work with ultra short throw projectors, so you pretty much eliminated people who have ultra short throw projectors. Why that doesn't work, I don't even know, people. A reflective surface usually would plague that, but it's a paint. How does a paint have a problem with not being ultra short throw? Not recommended for ultra short throw or short throw projectors. So that won't work. It's recommended for projectors of 2,000 lumens. Our projector can pick up way lower than that. I can drop at 50 and pull with no problem. So that means you eliminated everything from 50 lumens all the way up to 2,000, which are the Pico projectors, which a lot of people like to use because these things right here are absolutely fantastic. I love these projectors right here. So you eliminated all that. That's gone. Sometimes they go for the stronger gain because, again, if the product is going to fail on a lower projector, then basically they want to make sure it's like a fail safe. That's what it comes down to. Let me see what we have here right there. So this link right here, this link just goes basically back to the original screen that was painted. This is a black product right here. Let's go over to one of the gray products. Let's see where the link goes for that on the range gain. So this right here is supposed to be a lighter gray right here. As you can see, we'll click on this. See if it has that range gain nonsense in there. I'm pretty sure it does. All the pictures are sitting on the floor as usual in dark environments. That's supposed to be a lighter gray paint. So of course he has that in a darker environment. Let me bring this down a little bit for you. There we go. Yeah, dark environment, of course, because it has no gain. It's supposed to be the brightest contrast enhancement. Oh yeah, give it a break. Anyway, moving on. Let me see. Mid-gray. Bum, 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 bum. I can't wait to test this stuff on network gray. We're going to put network gray against this stuff. Let me see. There it is. It has a range gain attached to it. There's a range gain right there. Boom. So again, another lie. You're telling people that this has a range gain also too. So again, question I have to ask you. Look, man, look. Instead of you coming here capping it up, okay? What's the point of coming here and capping it up? How about you show us a demonstration how we get the other gain? How about that? You painted it. You paint yourself in the corner. Figure out how to get yourself out of it. You left it up there. I told you to remove it because what's going to happen is if a customer comes in and buys this and that gain doesn't do exactly what it says it does, like for me, if I buy it, which we know you're going to cancel my order and give me back my money. We know that from the door. You can't process an order at all, period, because you know I'm going to basically put yourself through testing. But when my friends buy it, they're going to file a have not described against you. You know that, right? So that range gain better work. And he's got the equipment to test it. And that will clearly show at the end of the day, you're just making up stuff as you go along and just throwing it in your shopping cart. Just like the Black Frankenstein and the other mix that was supposed to be something real when it's not. What's that stuff called? Dark mix, whatever, something crows, whatever that stuff is at the end of the day. Yeah, that ended up basically we couldn't find any videos, no customer, nothing on it, not a thing. He even took videos that from 5 to 1 year back and posted them into the picture section, screenshot them, put them in the picture section for his product that dated back to 5 to 1 years ago. How could, again, but anyway, let's get back to this. All right, so you have a demonstration right here. This is showing your screen is a lighter gray, right? Lighter gray. This is what you're saying right here. Remember, guys, you can't get mad at me about this. This is your stuff. You do look. How can you get angry at me? Why are you mad at me? Did you not make the website? Did you not put this stuff in the website? All right then, you sound like a bunch of little Karens right now. You're crying. What are you crying for? Did you not write this stuff and put it in here? Well then, I'm gonna give you a 24-hour timeout. You keep it up. I'm gonna put you in 24-hour timeout because right now it seems like you need to calm down. You're too excited. You're too excited. I'm not gonna be responsible for you having a heart attack, okay? Last thing I need you to be over there screaming and yelling. I'm pretty sure whatever he's eating is probably all over the monitor right now. He's probably spitting all over the monitor, screaming and yelling his head off. And his wife's like, can you calm down? You need to calm down. I'm pretty sure he's spazzing out right now. Calm it down. I gotta put you in the timeout, all right? Because you're doing too much. We're not making anything up on you. Nothing here is being made up about you. You want to get me a lawyer? Get a lawyer? Take me to court? Knock yourself out. I'll sue the day. I'm suing you anyway. So you show me in here where we're basically committing any fraud against you, slander you, and anything whatsoever. Did you not post your product was range gain? All right, then you're going to have to back it up. That's how it works in court. You have to back that up. Can't just make stuff up and go along with it. You have to back it up. And if we get it over here, and we will, and I find out it doesn't have a range gain attached to it, I'm suing you for fraud. How about that? So you better remove it or back it up. Because right now you're committing fraud against your customers. Now right here, this is a lighter gray, as you can see right here. It's a lighter gray. We're going to go over, this is the range gain link right here. If we click on this, where is this going to lead me to? Is it going to lead me to a separate video showing how you complete the range gain? Or is it going to send me to the same video I just watched for the black paint? And that's not going to make any sense because that's a tutorial video showing you how to paint the screen, but still it should show the results of basically on how the gray screen is going to turn out. You show me a demonstration of a black screen. It's not going to help me if I'm buying a gray screen. Let's go click on it and see where it takes us at. This is for the range gain. Let's go click and see where it goes to. There's no other video there. This is the only one. So let me get this straight. You have all your shopping carts pointed to a video that shows only one color being painted to a surface, and it says nothing about range gain in any way whatsoever. Do we need to discuss the fact that you don't know the difference between a gymnasium and a church? You want me to dig that one up too today? I mean, I got time. I can go over there and dig up the picture and blow it up. We can go through it and see if you're in there because you're not in there. You lied about that. That image has nothing to do with you whatsoever. But let's stick to the topics here because I can go over there and expose you on that one too. So let's go over there and take a click here. And you should have chose something.
Hey folks, standing here at Partey.
So what color is that? Because that doesn't look like gray to me. Now, if you want to go back and say, because you deleted the video and say that, hey, I never said anything about my product coming in 4 colors, you do know I got a copy of that video, right? I dubbed the video. It's actually on the forum site right now. We even have another one showing that your body was nothing but water in it. You claimed that the water was needed as a delivery system. The distilled water was used as a delivery system to keep the product from evaporating. That was a lie too. So what's going on here? I mean, we've seen this video already. You didn't mention anything about range gain through the entire video. Nothing was mentioned. All the videos demonstrations are pointed to this. There's no demonstrations on rear projection. Is there anything on rear projection on here? You have this range gain that doesn't exist. Even you can't even back it up. You lied so badly, hoping that no one would recognize this at all. Of course they're going to recognize it. Anybody's going to recognize it, not just me. If I'm going to go paint the screen, like I'm looking at the gain, people are going to look at that from the door. What's the gain on the screen? And it says range gain. They're going to figure out exactly, okay, if I'm painting the screen, how do I know which gain am I achieving? It's a simple question. But if you want to come in here and rant and get upset and get angry and with fake accounts and all that nonsense, it just clearly shows that you got caught. That's what it comes down to. You got caught. That's why you're angry. Why did you put it there to begin with? How come you don't remove it? Oh, you don't remove it because if you remove it, that shows at the end of the day that I was right and you don't know what you're talking about. And therefore, because you're so stubborn, you're going to leave it in there. Go ahead. I'm going to sue you for fraud. Keep it in there. I buy your product and it doesn't do exactly what you claim it does, and you have no videos, no testimony to back this up, you're getting sued for fraud. I'm going to challenge your company. Now, if you want to challenge me on FLE Technology on whether our screens can actually filter sunlight, knock yourself out. I got tons of videos on it. Even more to come on top of that. I can back up anything that I state about my technology, anything. Can you back yours up? No, you can't. So, the range gain. How do you achieve it? Because I will contact you, so you know that. We will be contacting you. I will contact you through your email, and I will ask you, since I have your product, how do I achieve the range gain? If you can't answer back on that correctly, I'm going to sue your company for fraud. So either you remove it off your account, so that way you're not scamming people at the end of the day and committing fraud, or if you can have it on there by the time we place the order, then get ready to talk to my attorney. We'll reach out to you through email. If you don't want to contact us back and you want to stay hidden, don't worry about that. You're under a, what do you call it? Conspiracy charge. So they have to dig you up anyway. So I'm going to see you sooner or later. It doesn't make a difference. I'm going to know exactly where you live at. I'm going to know everything about you. So sooner or later. Now, your address is going to pop up because whoever's going to place that order, whose address are you going to put it under? So you're going to come up somewhere. Now, I would love to buy, put my address on and have it shipped right over here to me, but you won't send it to me. I went through this 7 times in a row. I put my address down 7 times, sent it directly to you, and you got scared and pulled a part of your website down involving the store, which we got a 404 error because you were afraid to ship it over. I gave you my address. You have my address here. What's the problem? Okay, so I'm going to go buy your product. Now, if you cancel the order, then I'll have another friend, he'll pick it up. And that address is going to be on there one way or another. And one way or another, we will have your information. And then my attorneys will reach out to you and we'll go from there. Gee whiz, what are you going to do? Shut your site down again? We're going to go through that again? You're going to shut your website down for 4 months, and then 5 months, and then pop it back up with some other nonsense. We can show a history of how many times your site went down and came back up with a whole new product all over again. Constantly fluctuating all the time. So it's simple and plain. If the range gain doesn't exist, you need to remove it off your site. That's simple and plain. Take it off your site. It doesn't need to be there if you can't back it up. I'm not going to come up behind you, Danny, and because you removed it off your site and go, oh my God, yeah, you did it, blah, blah, blah. I don't got time for that bull crap. Be a responsible businessman and remove it off your site if it doesn't exist. It's the same thing as when Epson came at Valva. Valva claimed the projector was 5,000 lumens. They lied. They knew that projector wasn't 5,000 lumens. Epson knew they were basically doing dumb stuff, and I'm pretty sure they sent them out letters saying, look, do us all a favor. Just remove it off, okay? That way we don't have to take you to court. We don't have to sue you, and nobody has to get embarrassed over this. Just remove it. That's all you got to do. Okay, so what? You lie. Remove it. That's it. That'll be the end of it. We'll move on. But no, they stuck to their guns. Oh, it's 5,000. It's got to be 5,000. And they lost in court because it wasn't 5,000. It was 1,800. So the thing, this is why the batch numbers are important. Because again, a customer is going to have to see proof of this. This is why testing is important, because you need to see proof that this is actually a thing. And it's not a thing. It's not a thing at all, period. You got to back it up. gentlemen making claims that your products are not one thing that my product is not ambient light rejection. Okay, you noted that on your website. It's not ambient light rejection. I've seen it already. But you have to understand this, man. You can't do demonstrations that if it is, because that's still misleading the customer. Because you can't say, hey, I got my windows open, I got my doors open, you know, it's screen is still working because you're trying to compete with me. That's what you're trying to do. You can't compete with me. We are ambient light rejection technology. We don't put down a website. We're not. And to do demonstrations like this, that would be stupid at the end of the day. Why in the world would I do a demonstration outside on doing demonstrations in fully well lit environments like this? And then sit there and put on my website, oh, we're not ambient light rejection. That's misleading to the customers. Either you are or you're not. That's how it works. So since we claim to be, then guess what? We have the backup that our technology is. But you, on the other hand, are telling people that you're not ambient light rejection, but you do demonstrations with open windows and doors. Oh, we don't need it, but we're not. That's like a fail-safe mechanism that you're doing at the end of the day. So if this person's screen washes out in the middle of them opening up a window like the other fellow did, you can go, well, I never said it was ambient light rejection. I remember you saying that in the video, saying you never said it was ambient light rejection, but in the Frankenstein, we got you saying multiple times that your product is ambient light rejection technology. That's why you went and you deleted all your videos involving Frankenstein, because every single one of them said ambient light. But guess what? We have the originals, and the original ones say your product's ambient light. Even went as far as to go in and change the title of a video and saying it's not, and at 143 you can clearly say that it is. False. Now keep in mind, if your screen paint is anything, it's fake. Your product don't work. You should have no problem doing the exact same. Did you just say your product works outside? No, the freak, it doesn't. And I'm gonna tell you something. That's 1,100 lumens. We can't get the pull. I hit your screen with a 4,000, 5,000 lumen venue. Your screen would wash out even faster, because that's additional light added to the screen. The screen won't register. It won't pick up. Let's go over to here, and let's go over to Frankenstein. Now, you said you never claimed your product ever to be ambient light rejection, right? That's what you said, right? That's what you claim. This is your original. This is the same thing you have now that you had on the mix you have now that you're scamming people at by claiming you made this new mix and it never existed. It's just basically some other product that you put some fancy label on. We already did all the research behind it. That stuff doesn't show up anywhere. As a matter of fact, only our videos will show up, so we wanted people not to go near it. Well, let's go back over here to the beginning over here. This is what got Jamie in trouble with post office mail fraud charges. Now, you see right here, this is the title of the original video. See what it says in the original video? How I paint my projection screen, right there. And it says Frankenstein ambient light rejection mix. You don't remember making that video? Where is that video, by the way? I literally put up a challenge on who could find it. Nobody can find it. You know, it's funny. The same picture you have here. You see that picture right there, Jamie? That's the same picture that shows up in the free mix showing you how to make that black and white mixture that you try to sell to people at $60 or $90. That's free. The Metallica Mix 2.0, you can make that for free because that's one of his first that he gave away for free. But anyway, here it is saying ambient light rejection. Let's see if we can find that point on here.
For those who don't know, we ordered a Black Frankenstein right off his website.
Dummy shopping cart today, a Black Frankenstein.
See what you said, right? Ambient light, and turn around and charge you more money. 5 years ago, this product was not the price that it is now. So you're actually paying more for something that used to be. So if you ever comes on camera and said, I never said my stuff is ambient light rejection, which I have heard you say in videos before, you, my friend, are a liar. Because right here, there's a video of you stating and saying that the product Frankenstein is ambient light rejection. Let's go check it out. I hope that my speakers. So we have it at 143 is where you can hear it.
Video.
Frankenstein mix that I created here. It's more like ambient light rejection paint.
Did you not say ambient light rejection paint? Did you not say that?
You said, right?
Yep.
And
You said it was an ambient light rejection paint. Guess what? The paint that I ordered from you was supposed to be ambient light rejection. That video's been around for like 6 years. Which also shows that you've been making money up the Frankenstein for about 6 years. That's 6 years worth of royalties you got to pay back. This is why all the videos went missing. Number one, he was caught saying things he shouldn't have said, and then came around and said in the video, I never said anything about my product being ambient light rejection, and clearly said in the video his product was ambient light rejection. Now let me get this straight for a minute. Let me get this straight. Let's understand this for a minute. Ambient light rejection is a high-end technology, right? It's an upgrade. For any screen that doesn't have ambient light rejection, to upgrade to ambient light rejection is an improvement. So why did you downgrade the product? So if you're saying the product had ambient light rejection, then you downgrade it by saying it's not ambient light rejection now. Don't you have that on my container right here? It says right here, it's not ambient light rejection. It's got my name on it. So the question is, that's like saying, okay, the projector we have here, we've had it since 6 years. They're 1080p projectors, but now they're 720p. You downgraded the product. So how does that work? And it was cheaper then. Then at that particular time, it was roughly around, I'd say $50, $50, $60. That's what it was. But when we bought this stuff right here, this was like $89 when I paid for this. And this is not now. So I'm paying more for something that you downgraded. Do I need to pull my receipts? That doesn't make any sense at all, period. That's backwards. No, you did that because you made statements that you couldn't back up about the product. And the demonstrations that we show on the Frankenstein, the product was washed out so badly, it was horrible. And all the customers, well, a few customers we've seen with this stuff, basically were in dark environments. Darker screens are supposed to be to produce better with ambient light projection technology, and that's what he was trying to do, but he failed at it. If you look at the original Frankenstein, it was never dark gray, it was always light gray. You darkened it to send us a product to try to match the gunmetal we had in the basement. That's what you tried to do, not realizing that all the light that was striking the screen made the screen appear that it was lighter. Actually, they're much darker. But the fact is that we've recorded the shopping cart as we ordered the product, that one right there, not this one, which showed that you went in at the last minute, manipulated, changed your shopping cart, committed fraud, and sent us on a product that we completely didn't order. See, that's kind of hard to fight in court if you don't have video evidence. And we recorded the shopping cart making this statement ahead of time as we placed the order, that in fear that you were going to go in and change and manipulate the shopping cart to send us down something completely different. And we got you. We caught you on that. And then you used the United States Postal Service to sign your name all over the packages and send us the item through the mail, which means you committed a scheme, used the United States Postal Service to carry out the scheme, which puts you in the lines of mail fraud. And then we have the unboxing showing us opening up the product and it being completely different, going back to the video that we showed when we did the recording, when we purchased it, and we had two different products here, which PayPal also found you guilty of scamming. And you lost your claim. And you also put your face on the picture of the receipt with the tracking number and transaction accounts attached to it, which means that's 20-year prison serve. 20-year prison sentence with a $1 million fine. And you have two of those. Now, we just found out because one of the containers that he had, which was the black Cinemax, he punctured a hole in the container, which was leaking paint all over our hands when we opened it up out of the product. And that right there can get you in a lot of trouble, because that means you sent over a product through the United States Postal Service knowing that it was leaking because you tampered with the product. You sent a tampered product through the mail. That'll get you more than 20 years. And we have proof of it. So you can't say we didn't go in and open up your product. No, your product was sealed when you opened up on camera. It leaked all over my hands. You punctured a hole in it. Yeah, not going to go well. But anyway, this product right here, yeah, that was ambient light. He claimed it was never ambient light, but he claimed it to be ambient light. But the fact that he went in, made the product darker, and said that it's not. That's about as backwards can get. Now I would think this stuff he's painting down would not be ambient light because it's a lighter screen, right? This is the stuff that should have been, if you claimed it, try to make a claim, would have been this stuff right here because it's darker. So let's look at what the original Frankenstein looked like. Now, in the PayPal transcripts, he lied and said the product was always that color. No, 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 no. It's funny that the Frankenstein here looks like the same product here, and it looks like the same product in the Cinemax. They all look the same. They all reacted the same way. What's the difference between the person and the Frankenstein? Well, now you know now because you darkened it, but before they looked exactly the same. He's been scamming you guys for years and years and years and years and years. Let's go over to got yourself a binky. Somebody got themselves a binky. Says something stupid. Now, keep in mind, you have not been blocked because we need we need you on here. You're not blocked. You just been put into a 24-hour timeout. That's what we stuck you in. But you're not blocked from here. I need you on here because I need people to read through your comments. Keep in mind, he's under an open investigation, so there'll be other people reading through that also too. So if you say anything stupid, like any death threats, racial slurs, stuff like that, you know what I mean, you're going to find yourself in court with me. Look at that. Now look at the color of that. That's the color we ordered when we basically recorded our shopping cart. So how did we get this? Where did this come from? And mind you, this is the darker version. So this is, if he said he changed the version, he upgraded it, that's not an upgrade. Well, we got the transcripts on that, on basically him talking to PayPal. Of him making claims that he upgraded it. Oh, I gotta find that one. I got to find those. Those are interesting. Right there. He lied. And again, good gracious, but he says in PayPal. I freaking believe it. Gentlemen, you have to back your products. You get mad at me. You're mad at me for what? You're mad at me because you no longer get the ride, the gravy train anymore. You don't get the ride the gravy train anymore. You don't get the rip customers off. What part of that you don't understand? I told you at the end of the day, what did I say to you? If you feel at the end of the day that I'm ripping people off, I'm doing all these bad things, where the freak is my black paint? All right then. Sent you a certified letter, did I not? I know you got it because it says right there that you received it. Even got your signature showing me that you've received that product. So where is my black paint? Never sent it, did you? I did 9 memes. No, not memes, but 2 memes and 9 messages requesting my black paint. So you got yourself sued for $1 million and on top of that, another $12,000 in court. Because if you can't back it up, you're going to pay me. So again, I gave you the opportunity. I gave you an opportunity that most people will never give anybody at the end of the day. I literally challenged you to send me something down, that black paint, to put against my product. And what did you do? Nothing at all. So guess what? All that scam nonsense, you're going to get yourself sued for that. I'm going to sue the daylights out of you for that. I'm going to take everything from you and more. You can't back it. Therefore, I can clearly show the judge that you went and started all these vicious rumors about me and my company and try to put my life at danger from the racial slur, emails that I receive, and text messages. All that stemmed from you. This is why you have multiple criminal charges circling around you. And I told you before, I'm requesting from the judge, I want 30 years without parole. So I'm going to get that. I'm definitely going to get it. Because we gave you the opportunity to back this up. And you didn't take it. You didn't take it. Now I got to turn around, I got to buy my own black paint. Which you could have saved me some money. Because I was looking forward to doing the demonstration. So if I'm supposed to be this scammer at the end of the day, I don't think any scammer is going to do that at all, period. And I do all my demonstrations live. Gentlemen, you got yourself in trouble. That's what you did. A lot of trouble. And I'm trying to figure out exactly where this statement came from. He said his product, he upgraded it. Because that's not an upgrade. You went from a ambient light rejection product to a non-ambient light rejection product. And it went from light to dark. So something's wrong there. So you get mad at me at the end of the day, and you want to get upset with me. What are you upset with me about? Huh? You know what the problem is? You're outed. That's what it is. That's what you're mad about. You want to sit there and tell people that your company's in good standing? No, it's not. You got an expired LLC and you committed perjury on the other half of the documents. Guys got you can't back products up. Oh shit, this is a this one right there, get that taken care of. Can't back up products, you're putting up fake specifications on your stuff, you got no testing underneath your stuff, all kinds of stuff you're doing at the end of the day. You know you shouldn't be doing all that. And then you get mad at me. You got mad at me because I requested a batch number. You got furious because I requested a batch number. They got heated because I requested a batch number for everybody to have them. You do know that batch number protects you, right? You don't want to do that because you'd rather just continue to rip off people at the end of the day. That's what you want to do. Now, I told you, if you felt in any way that I slandered you and I said things that weren't true, then you get a lawyer. You know where I'm at. What's the problem? I said the same thing when I was on Habington Town. Same thing. You know why? Because the lawyer will sit there and say, you ain't got jack at the end of the day. If anything, I got you guys. Danny, you sat there and said my product was a scam, that I was ripping off people. That's what you said, right? And you sat there and took pictures of me and put me on little poses and all that stuff. Did I give you permission to use my pictures without my permission? No, I didn't. So I'm going to sue you for that. I'm also going to sue you for slandering my company. And you can yank all your videos off. I made copies of all your stuff. So forget about that. That's done. Y'all fakes at the end of the day. Y'all fakes. All your products are fake. Let's see. Find this. You can't go around and do this stuff, gentlemen. Get you in trouble. Lots and lots of trouble. So let me get this straight. You would rather go to jail and lose everything you worked hard for than rather go in and remove things off your website that you shouldn't have on there that you can't back up and do proper testing and batch numbers. You'd rather go through all that because you do know that not just only me, any customer that goes to your site and you can't back this up, you're going to have problems. You can't back up the range gain. Guess what's going to happen? Someone's going to go and they're going to question you on it. What do you think? No one's going to question? I'm the only person that's going to question you on this? Anybody's going to question you on that. But even the customer who buys it, the first thing they're going to ask is, how do I get the higher gain? That's just common sense. They're going to ask that question. Oh, here it is, right here. I found it. This is it right here. This is actually the transcript right here. You're going to ask the question. Come on now. You can't put anything up there you want. You're just mad because I'm exposing you. That's what it comes down to. Let me see what we got here. There. I do not trust in the video was tampered with. He said the product tampered with his product. Your product was sealed the entire time. You know that, right? So you went in and lied and you told PayPal that I tampered with your product and your product was sealed the entire time on camera. We never opened it. And then turned around and said, and shot a YouTube video after saying that we tampered with it and you lost that claim. Then you turn around and you said, you sat there and said that we were afraid to touch it and test it because it was legit. It was the real deal. So I went and ordered your product again. You gave me back my money. See, stop opening up your mouth. You're embarrassed all the time. Jamie, let me explain something to you right now. And I know you're in here ranting with fake accounts. Let me explain something to you. Big question. Why are you selling a product that matches house paint right now on your site? Did you pull that product off your site? You're in here carrying on and upset and angry. Did you pull the product off your site that you're selling right now that match house paint? Why is it still there? All right then. You guys are in there want to rant and call people scam. Yeah, I think y'all really do at the end of the day have some form of memory loss. I do believe this. Don't worry, if you got problems with that, there's a place called, we could 302 you. You know, that'll help you with that, jog your memory. Let's see, this is for the post office fraud charge right here. All right, here we go. We found you. I was looking for this. I found the transcript on this one right here. I had to look for it a bit, but we did find it. It's you, Jamie. You sat there and you made it. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. You guys get mad at me because I find stuff on y'all, and it's legit. And you get mad and you want to argue about it. What are you arguing about? You said you upgraded it, right? It's an upgrade. This is more of a downgrade if you look at it. How is it an upgrade if you took a product and you made it darker? If you made it darker, that would have been the upgrade right there. But instead of it having ambient rejection, which it should have had because it's darker, it doesn't have it. So that means you downgraded it. I think you forgot that you did the whole whatchamacallit with it. All right. This is you, right? This is you right here. This is the message you sent to me, right? This is what PayPal read. It said, I did send the right color. Mind you, the spelling's pretty bad, so bear with me. I did send the right color. It is gunmetal, as stated on my website. Don't know what you're trying to do. It's like you repeat it. You ever seen Jacob Tutu? Like you literally Jacob Tutu this whole thing. I'm not joking here. I did send the right color. Mind you, we recorded the shopping cart when we placed the order, and he sat there and PayPal and lied to them. See, Jamie didn't know we recorded the shopping cart, showing the product that we actually ordered, which was this. He got shut down right after that. PayPal presented him the video. He didn't do anything after that. This is why you got to back yourself, people. At the end of the day, you got to record some of these shopping carts. You know what you're getting yourself into. This guy, like I told you, it's a serious scammer. These are his transcripts right here from PayPal. So he tells PayPal that I did send the right color. It is gunmetal, as stated on my website. Don't know what you're trying to do. You're going off on videos of 5 years ago. I improved it since then. So you improved this product, right? That's what you're saying in the transcript. You sat there and said, I have improved it since then, right? Did you not say that, right? How would this be an improvement? Last I heard, having a product with ambient light rejection is an upgrade. So you have a product here that clearly says, this is where it's going to hurt, man. This is where it's going to hurt. So it's going to hurt a little bit. It's going to sting a bit. Now, you see where things get confusing here. Not for us, but for you, Jamie. You see right here in the video where you say that this light product right here is an ambient light rejection product, right? But the darker version you say you upgrade to is not. So the big question here, Jamie, is how is it an upgrade if you just downgraded? You took away ambient light rejection technology, which again is an upgrade. It was upgraded, and then you sat there and said that you improved it. That's not an improvement. That's a downgrade. Where's the upgrade? You know, I could just do a video on this alone. Just this right here alone and fry you. But we're not going to do that. I got other things to do. So tell me, how is that an upgrade? He's saying he upgraded because he made it darker. See, Jamie tells so many lies that he doesn't realize the lies that have already been called in as he's telling more lies. Some people tell so many lies, they kind of forget the windy path that they made for themselves, and it's hard to follow that same trace back, and they always mess up. They always fall off the line. Somewhere along the line, they fall off and they mess up. When Jamie made that statement, I said, well, how is that possible? You just sat there and said it's ambient light rejection here. That's 6 years ago, right? It's a lighter product. So shouldn't it have been a more advanced version of ambient light rejection technology, but you took it away. So you downgraded the product. Of all, this would need the ambient light. It would need it. Darker screens also need it because, again, they need to pull a higher white level. It heightens the screen to allow it to be able to pull higher white. You would need it more there. So why did you take it out? So this is the upgrade or is this the upgrade? Which one is it? Because this one has ambient light and this one doesn't have ambient light. And if you're sitting there saying at the end of the day that your product doesn't require it, well, I don't believe that, because the person who bought the personal mix, his screen washed out on a 3500 lumen projector and your minimum's 22. Everybody else we've seen with your product is in dark environments. They're not in ambient light environments at all, period. And you keep showing off the Cinemax. Why do you keep showing off that stuff? That's house paint. We know what that is. That's Sherwin-Williams. The personal mix is bare silver screen. And the rest of the stuff matches to that free mix that you gave away for free. So what do you have left? Upgrade. You've lost your freaking mind. Sat there and lied to freaking PayPal. That's how deceiving you are at the end of the day. This is why customers can't trust you, Crow. They can't trust you. Because not only at the end of the day will you rip them off on your own products, deceive them, cheat them at the end of the day, but you even lie in the transcripts to PayPal to try to do anything possible to win a case. Guess what, buddy boy? You lost every case when it came to me. Every single one. Even the ones you filed, you lost. I won every single one of them. You know why? Because I'm 100% right on what I was doing and what I was saying. Never try to cheat you. Never try to rip you off. And they saw the truth and I won. But this nonsense right here, I can easily prove that. Here's the video right here. He says ambient light rejection. Then he says it's not ambient light rejection. How is that considered to be an upgrade? You lie. You abuse your platform. You abuse your Wix website platform. You abuse every platform you sat on to manipulate, rob, and steal. But don't worry, buddy. It caught up to you because you went out and got yourself an LLC. See, at first, we couldn't figure out where Jamie was at. Jamie kept coming up under 317 Kern Street. That's where he kept popping up at. Until he made the LLC. Now, it's funny thing about the LLC, when he sits there and says, oh, no, buddy. He ripped off a customer. And the customer got mad and posted his address. Now, the customer must have moved. Because, again, why would you post your address on somebody else's? He must have moved. And when I first saw it, I was like, that can't be right. Is that right? Because it was different what we had over here on all boxes and stuff we ordered from him. They weren't the same addresses. See, the difference, Jamie, when you say about different addresses that I lived in, yeah, I lived in all those addresses. I got video demonstrations on all the addresses I lived in. But as far as I'm concerned, you've never lived any other address than the address you just posted for your LLC. So how the freak are you doing posting that you lived at the address at 317 Kern? You never lived there at all. There's no videos. There's nothing there showing you ever lived at that place. But we lived in all the places I lived at. I lived in every last one of them. I even shot videos showing I was moving to a new place, putting orders on hold. So you want to make somebody sound suspicious, right? But yet you never lived at those addresses ever. Even the ones they show, the multiple addresses that you have posted and used, you never lived at. Even numbers right there. Some of them do pop up on some of those really bad emails. But again, none of those addresses do. You lived at the same place all that time. You've been there for almost forever. So with that being said, the mistake that you made is you made an LLC and you put it under the address where you're at right now. And that's how we were able to confirm. See, when the person posted your address, the first thing I did was I went over and showed you where we found it at. I didn't say you lived here. We didn't know you lived there. I mean, it could have been anything on that piece of paper. So we can't make that accusation. So I just moved the camera over and said, hey, this is what we found. And all of a sudden you went off. And I'm like, oh, shoot, that is his address because you gave me the information that I needed. But we didn't know exactly what apartment you were sitting in. That we didn't know. So when you did the LLC gave you your exact apartment location. And that's why when the process server went through, on the documents, we didn't have your apartment address until he looked up your LLC and he said, oh, I know where he's at. And that's where they went to. And he confirmed it because you refused to come to the door. Your wife came to the door. It says right there in the documents, the transcripts. We have to have those for court to show what happened, what went on down there, including pictures of your apartment, everything. They gave us all that information, came back to us. They had to because we paid for that. So they confirmed you're there. So with that being said, that's why the criminal charges and everything was filed against you right away, as soon as possible, to lock you in. But you kept doing more dumb stuff. Even though he had open charges against him, Jamie went out and basically contacted Zoni, tried to make trouble. We got that information from them. We got the information from the apartments. We got the information from all the people that you contacted with these threatening emails that now can be traced because they're going through the FBI. They're going through cyber division, which means they do traces on all that stuff. And we found out that a lot of this stuff was you. So then you turn around and you call the police down here. And he used his voice on the recording. And your name you used was Mike Gonzalez, which the officers found it funny because you're already in the system as Jamie Gonzalez. What are the odds? So now we took that information and all the places where you stalked me at, including the email that I received that you sent to me with your company's address, company's information, even on it saying, hey, we know where you live at, blah, blah, blah. That's stalking. And we sent all that down to the police station and we put a charge against you for cyber stalking. Now you have multiple charges inside of multiple charges. They expanded your charges now. You added to it. You literally added to it. You're in the middle of an open case and you literally added to your open case. So that tells the judge at the end of the day that you have no respect. I can sit there and say, Your Honor, we had previously open case against this person and he came in and did this nonsense. You abused the police. When you called in the police, they had to come out here. You get in trouble for that kind of nonsense in the day. I knew the officer that came out. I know quite a few of the officers up here, and I knew the officer that came out here. He's the one that gave me the incident report right there from the door. You even used my handle, Lost Sand God. Got yourself in a lot of trouble. So look, harassment charge can be 90 to 10 years, and you got 7 of these bad boys waiting for you. Hey, look, you bought it on yourself. You bought it on yourself. You don't learn anything. Look, I can sit there and show the judge that we sat there and sent you a cease and desist order because not only were you stalking me, but you were taking my head up and you were making little puppets out of me. You know how creepy that looks in court? That looks creepy anywhere. We got dozens and dozens of pictures of you showing me taking my head off and put me in creepy little poses right on your website, I got on your pictures directly from your YouTube account. Showing these creepy pictures, all directly from you. Yeah, you did all that. And then you try to delete all that stuff. Try to get rid of it. And we have it all on record. So, look, gentlemen. You, at the end of the day, look, this is the thing. You're mad because you're outed. That's what you're mad about. If I sit here and I get on camera and I say things about you, I have to back them up. If not, I can get in trouble for this. Because I'll be slandering you. If I sit there and say at the end of the day that you lied on a PayPal transcript, I can show proof of that. You clearly stated, you said you improved the product. How is that improvement? Do you understand? You have ambient light rejection here and you don't have it here. This would not make it an improvement. That would make it a downgrade. Do you understand how that works? It's like the reason why I got to talk to them like that, because they really don't understand. It's literally the equivalence of one single penny inside of a giant tin can. This guy, I'm going to tell you how dense some of their function of thinking is. He's literally selling a house paint that he literally matched the house paint on. Continues to sell it, continue to do video demonstrations as if that video never even happened. Where is the black and white challenge? Like it never happened. Oh, that never even happened. Never happened. And I do believe that you may be, and even a lot of people have agreed with me, you may be suffering from some kind of mental breakdown somewhere. I do believe that you need to seek psychiatric evaluation. How else would you explain it? You really believe this video never happened. You honestly believe that, because why are you continuing to sell this product as if it never happened? What is going on in your head? That actually happened, Jamie. Fernando Gonzalez. This happened. You matched the house paint on live. You are still trying to sell this product as if it never happened. Danny Rogers, getting back to you. You cannot go on your website and say that I have something called range gain, and you have no way to back this up. You have to back this up, or it's considered to be fraud. Because again, you should be more concerned for yourself and your product's name in the name of your business, that the last thing you want to be outed as a person who's scamming and committing fraud. Now I'm gonna let you know something real quick too, Danny boy, so you notice from the door. Next time you open your mouth up and you say something out of your mouth about how my product's a scam, I'll have you send me down black paint. You want that embarrassment? Because I will embarrass you and then drag you into court and sue you for basically even more evidence for slander in my company. That's when you run your mouth, because this one already went through that ordeal and he was scared to send me out paint. I literally had to do a skeleton sitting there like still waiting. Oh, I wanted to do that demonstration so bad. Can't do it now, so they got open cases on them. But man, I'm telling you, that'd have been the ultimate black versus black demonstration. Now here we go. Got to jog his memory a little bit, because he's still doing demonstrations on this product as if it never even happened. You know, if you watch this video, you'll notice that when he first starts off, he's bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, he's brimming with confidence. But as when that product matches, like all that pretty much goes out the window. Now, this is also a lesson for those of you who want to make screen paint products. Don't do this nonsense. Make sure your stuff is tested. Make sure you get back yourself up. If you can't, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Now look at this. This is the reason why Jamie will never do a batch number ever. He won't do a batch number ever because, again, he don't want to go through this. Told you should have rebranded your product. I told you exactly what to do. I told you that if you got caught in this, I try to give you advice. I told you what you needed to do. You got to trash the name Crow. The name Crow is tainted. Your name Crow is tainted. The Cinemax mix is tainted. You literally put it on an LLC, a product that has fraud attached to it. Look at this. I know right there and then, right at that split second, his heart exploded in his chest. It had to. It had to explode in his chest. Do you have any idea how bad that is? When we told him from the door, I literally told you it was going to happen. I sat right there and told you this was going to happen. I told you it was going to happen. We started the network grade 773, and the reason why we started this, actually, we didn't even know what paint we were using at the time, because it was so many different grades. The guy at Sherwin-Williams picked it out for us. I was like, I need a grade paint, like a kind of like not too dark and not too light, like in between. And it was like, well, the network grade 773 is pretty good, and that's how it started. Because I was downstairs in the basement, I was thinking that, you know, with all these tones out there, these perfect tones, what's there not to say that one of these guys are just sliding this off a shelf, sprinkle a little Christmas glitter, and say, voila, we got something completely different. Hit it with a 4K projector, overpowered machine, stick it in a dark environment, say, this is what you're getting from our product. It's not tested, so you don't know what you get. So what's the odds of this happening? So I tested the theory, and look what it turned into. This is why they don't like it when we cause ripples. So now that means that because we tested that theory, that means that the customer now can sit there and say, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you put this up against gray paint? Because I don't want my daughter or son walking past my screen in a gray hoodie and blend it into a screen paint that I paid for. So that's why we were requesting testing. If you weren't testing your product, it's going to have problems. Now they don't like the batch number, because the batch number, you have to do it before you ship out the product, which means the customer can cancel your stuff right there from the door if it matches. You don't like that, do you? That scares the crap out of y'all. And since he already did this already, he's not doing that again. So this is the product we got, 17 bucks. It is, you don't have to spend a lot of money for it. It's basically the, what's the cheapest one they got? They got a name for the cheapest one they got. But it's a cheap one. It's about 17 bucks I paid for the gallon. So that's the color right there. Now, mind you, we asked him to do this multiple times. He refused on so many levels. He refused. He didn't want to do it. You know who got him to do it? His customers. They got him to do it. They got him to do the test. And you know, I found out about these tests because I was so busy working on the 2.0 that he called me up. And he goes, hey, I'm calling you up just to verify you're going to ship me the paint. Dude, you don't have to call me up. I'm not you at the end of the day. I'm not canceling your order. You want to send it right to you with a signature confirm. If you screwed it up, I'm going to sue you in court for a batch number like I'm doing now. I'm suing him in court for a batch number. Hey, you screwed up. But anyway, told him that was going to happen to him. Do you not listen to what I say to you? What was that on that 70s show where Donna tells which one, Foreman that she's going to dunk on him? And he doesn't listen, and she dunks on me, and the high comes like, she told you what she was going to do to you. You gotta listen, man. I literally told you this was going to happen. If you violated the batch number, I'll see you in court. I'll sue you. And what did you do? You violated the batch number. Now I'll see you in court, and I'm going to sue you. Got no problem with you basically buying the product. Knock yourself out. Go ahead. My stuff is tested. But you think everybody's you at the end of the day. Everybody's not you, Jamie, at the end of the day. Some people do things by the book, and they do them right. So he contacts me and says, hey, I want to know if you're going to, I got you on live. No problem. So what's the problem? I need to know if you're going to, I'm going to sell you the product. Go buy it. Go ahead, knock yourself out. So I sold him the product, sent it down, signature confirmed. We know he got it. He received it. So and so forth. Came out of a 5-gallon bucket, was tested before it was shipped out, had a batch number sitting attached to it. Now you're getting sued for 12 grand because you violated the batch number. So, yeah, that happened. Try to make my product look like something that it wasn't. And a customer who had the product was upset and didn't like what you did because the results he was getting wasn't the same thing you was displaying. And he came out, John T., thank you so much, we appreciate it, such a blessing, came out and showed the product. So how the freak did you come out of a 5-gallon container and you're the only one that came out like that? Yeah, you're going to be 12 grand. I'm going to put that to charity. Sue you for 12 grand. Then I'm going to sue you for another $12,000 out of your pocket for slandering my company, and then we get near the civil court, I'm going to sue you for $1 million because you didn't send me my black paint. That's why you're getting sued. You slandered my company, you said my product was black paint at the end of the day, and I gave you the option to back it up, and you didn't. Guess what? $1 million lawsuit. Heck yeah, I'm going to take you to civil court and sue the crap out of you for that one. Gave you the option. And then when we get done with the criminal charges, I'm going to sue you for every last time. Every time I got to come into court for one of these criminal charges, I'm going to file a lawsuit against you for harassment. For everything else, I'm going to file multiple lawsuits against you. Yeah, I'm definitely going to dog you out. I warned you, gave you opportunity. You didn't want to take it. Oh, I forgot, we still got the CCB we got to go through. So there's 2 infringements on that one on top of that. So that's about $30,000 for each one of those. And then you still got the post office charges to go through at 20 years for each one of those, and include $1 million fine for each one of those. And then your company is investigated for fraud because of the perjury and all the nonsense you were committing. That's another 25 years in jail. Yeah, good luck on all that. But anyway, let's get back to this mess over here. Now, mind you, the demonstration we did on our hand, because I was curious how much of the paint would match. We had the Metallica Mix 2.0, we had the Personal Mix, and we had the Cinemax, which this is a product we got from a customer. Thank you so much. We appreciate that because he didn't like the way Crow treated us with sending us black paint. That involves more post office charges. Gee whiz Louise, this guy just never learns anything. But anyway, so I did this test right here when we first got it. I wish I could find that video where he ranted about how it wasn't, we didn't have this product. I'd love to find it.
2 of the products that we purchased, actually it matched the Personal, it matched the Metallica Mix, it matched. So like I said, curious what would happen if, sooner or later, they're going to get to a point where they're just going to start shipping you down great paint. And at the end of the day, can you really tell which one's which? At the end of the day, even...
Think about it, people. I literally made this statement before he did the demonstration. I told you they were going to do stuff like this. I warned you. The tones are so perfect, such a perfect gray, that there's only a matter of time before they start sliding these things off the shelf, hitting it with the high-end projector, and try to convince you that you are getting this from the screen paint and not the projector. This is why gray versus gray demonstrations and black versus black are very important.
Even if it has a slight little difference or hiccup, is it really going to make a difference between you paying $23 a gallon or $80 a quart? So let's see. All right, let's get this cracking, Jackson. I bet you all the on this side. Man, this is not going to go well. This is not going to go well. Look at that right there. That's not good. I can tell from looking at that, that is not good at all. And that's with nothing in it. No black, no glitter, nothing. That is not a good sign. That is actually a perfect color right there. All right. Whew, he's going to have to outperform this on between night and day. It's not going to go well at all.
Now, Jamie, you have to understand, I've made enough great products in my lifetime on gray screen paint products. For where my gray screen paints were at my time, they did things that you're probably going to do now. My stuff was contracted. Even though it was in the contract, later on they tried to rip me off, but still, I was contracted. And basically, the paint still stands to this day, backing up my theory of what I just said. But I've been around enough gray to know that I can look at a can and I can match your stuff. Any of your stuff, I can match it just by looking at it. I did it right there. Your product matched that stuff perfectly. And you're missing two of the paints that you refused to do. You didn't do the Metallica mix with the network gray, and you didn't do the personal mix. When he saw that the Cinemax matched, he backed down. He said, oh, heck no, I'm not going near this again. That's why. He already knows. So, we found that it matched. I sat there and said, thank God I don't make gray paints anymore, because the tones are nightmares.
Excuse me if I was making a great screen paint.
So we get in here, we paint the screen. You see the color of that? It looks exactly like your product. Exactly like your product. One of the problems that Danny's going to go through, that Danny, when we get your gray product down here and we black product down here, we know it takes forever to paint the screen. So my friend's going to paint the screen on one end. Well, I'm going to paint the screen, so that way it's fair. And he's going to use everyday paint. So we're going to match your gray product versus a gray paint, and we're going to match your black paint against a black paint. I guarantee, I'm going to tell you right now, black paint is having no problem picking up on ultra short though. It's going to read with no problem. Your product can't read on ultra short though. That's going to look pretty bad for your product. Really bad for your product. You say your projector, your product registers at 2,000 lumens. Black paint, regular black paint can register at 1,000 lumens. We've done it already. So that's definitely going to beat your product right there. And if we do the pour out and you can't show no significant difference, your product comes out dark and dirty. We do a white level test, which you're going to have to do at 1,000 lumens in a fully lit environment to see how much light your screen can generate. You got to go through a lot of testing. If you don't pass any of that stuff, then your product's going to get downgraded. Mind you, you're going to have to do the same test that we do to back your product. And if you can't do it, then there you go. On top of that, you guys had no testing to begin with, so that's how I know you're not going to pass any of our testing. None of your stuff is tested. I took the time, I spent a couple hours, I went through y'all stuff one by one. I looked online to find any testing. I couldn't find any testing on your products. That's why you don't have batch numbers. But okay, so we paint the screen in. Get the screen to dry. Behind the back of the screen, we have our black technology right here. So Jamie, this is you. See my technology behind you? That's my black technology. See right here? This is your product. These are 3 of your screen paints. One of them you tested, the other 2 you didn't test. You know why you didn't test the other 2? Because if you know this one was going to match, the rest of them would also too.
Well, they do is paint side by side, and they blend it together.
That is absolutely horrible. Does that look familiar? Do you know your product did the exact same thing? That's why he didn't do the OLED horse. You know he didn't do the OLED horse in that test demonstration? Oh, freaking heck no, we didn't do the OLED horse. It had a problem. But if you look at the OLED background of how badly the screen washed out, guess what? It did the same thing here in this video too. It doesn't see contrast. Oh, let me go get myself a charge. I told you it was going to happen. I did warn you. Now, how I found out about that particular video, and I'll tell you why. Because again, he called my house and he wanted to know if he could basically go in and get permission, which I told him he could multiple times, go buy it, to go buy the product. Yeah, I told you go buy the product. Multiple times, I told you to. And you finally called me up and asked me a question that I already told you multiple times. Go buy it. But I did warn you that it had a batch number sitting on top of it. And I did warn you that if you violated the batch number, you would see me in court and I was going to file a lawsuit against you, which is going to happen to you. That's just happening to you now because I already filed against you. Filed the first lawsuit already. So I did warn you this is going to happen. Now, while I had him on the phone, why not ask? I said, can you do me a favor, since I have you on the phone, how about you do the demonstration against the digital and crystal screen paint free mixes? He didn't do one of those demonstrations, did he? Not one. What happened? How come you didn't do all those free mixes that I put out there? I gave everybody our ingredients to our digital and crystal screen paint, our great products. You didn't do one demonstration at all. But then I asked again, on top of that, I said, and while you're out there, can I see a demonstration on your product versus Network Gray? Which he replied, yes, I did it already. I did 2 videos. Oh, you did, didn't you? All right, I'm going to go check them out. So let me get this straight. These videos were floating around for around 4 months. For 4 months, they were floating around. And when we get a look at them, we break them down and analyze them. All of a sudden, now you pull the videos. You had them up there for 4 months. Now, all of a sudden, you choose to pull the video off your account because you don't want anybody knowing that the videos exist. Why? They were there for 4 months. What was the problem? I'm curious about that one. All right. So let's go over here and let's go pull your video. This is right after we did it. Now it's your turn to do the video. And this is you months later. You match the screen paint. So what happened? You even matched the box. That's where he made the comment about, get off the topic about the box. Yeah, right there. He literally matched the box. And this is where things got really bad. So this is between the time he goes in and he has this crazy story about how his landlord paid him $300 to paint a bathroom. And how he was able to paint 6 units, because we have a recording, we have it right there. I can dig it up the video. Literally talked about how he was lying on camera, how he painted 6 units in under 2 hours with a paint sprayer. That's one magic paint sprayer, I'll tell you that much. One magic paint sprayer. So this is the story he was telling right in between here. As a matter of fact, there's one here that says when he did the add up, he got the add up incorrectly. He didn't even know how many quarts went into a gallon. He thinks 2 quarts go into a gallon. I'm not making that up. Literally got a video called Jamie Don't Know Math. This is when he was nervous. He was basically going through the video, was not going the way he thought it was going to go. He was matching the screen on every level whatsoever. He tried turning out the lights, he matched. He tried putting the lights on, he matched. He put the projector in eco mode, he matched. He couldn't get around it. Then he started walking around. He started knocking things over, and the camera fell over a couple times. Yeah. There you go. Sometimes I call you don't know math, like your measurements on screens, where you claim that your screen paint, 2 quarts of it, could paint a 300-inch screen. Mine, I had a 250. 250s are monsters. There is no way in the world. We actually proved that theory. Went outside, got a 200-inch screen, tried to take 2 quarts, it wouldn't even paint down. Isn't that your product right there? Yeah, it is an unboxing of your product. I can literally pull up your unboxings on your products. See these demonstrations with all this light? Yeah, this is how we started with testing off ambient rejection technology. Oh, my goodness, man. Gentlemen, you're going to start backing y'all stuff up, really. How many hours you put into this video? When are you guys really going to start backing? Oh, yeah. You want me to dig up your stuff too, Partey? I got all your videos here, basically videos you deleted off your account of your product matching house paint, your website's going down, coming back up again, marketplaces disappeared. It's actually have one on Crow where he actually changed out his entire YouTube channel, something to Microsoft strategy. You figure that out. All kinds of stuff to hide their accounts. Oh yeah, this mess. This is the black and white paint challenge, isn't it? Yes, it is. Hold on a minute.
Yo, we're going to make this paint right now. We're going to put it right next to the personal mix. I'm curious how close they come together.
Yes, yes. This is enough. Jamie, you want to talk? You want to talk about this one right here? You want to talk about this one? This is the free mix. Found it. This is another. Besides that, this is a 2.0. This shows you how to make the 2.0 for free. This is the exact same paint he was charging you money for a free product that he used to give away for free. There's the ingredients of the 2.0. Remember that painting he has in the back? Telltale sign. The painting he has sitting in the back is the same painting that pops up in all the videos, including right there. Isn't that your dinette set, the whole thing? Yeah, that's you right there. Yeah. Giving away free paint and then trying to sell the paint.
UV mix and we got the personal mix. So this is the video right here. You can mute the sound so you can't hear his voice.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to make this exact duplicate of this, pretty much. And it's just basically black and white paint. 2 scoops of black paint into white paint. That's pretty much what it is. So I'm curious on my end that maybe he's afraid that we may put bare silver screen or we may take other paints and it might match his product, and that's the reason why he doesn't want to send us that paint. So what we're going to do is we're going to make that one right there. And we're going to paint it on this circle.
So what I found out, Jamie, that technically I don't have to buy your products. I can make your stuff easily. From that mixture right there, I was able to make 3 of your screen paints, what we had on hand. We made the UV mix, we made the Metallica mix, we made the personal mix, and we were able also to make the Cinemax with no problem. But now, what I found out about the Cinemax, I really don't have to make that anymore because I can just go to Sherwin-Williams and just get the same thing. It does literally the same thing, so what's the point of buying all that extra paint? This is the reason why you need batch number. Well, you just heard what I just said, right?
Surface, we're going to hit it with a crispy projector and put it against other samples. See how close we come to it. Now keep in mind, he can't claim sue or anything like that because anytime you give something out for free, you can't put a copyright claim, you put anything on it because you gave it out for free. Understand that. Anytime, so Crow Boys, you understand how things work.
It's when the Crow Boys existed.
Patent attorneys. Anytime you put something out for free for anyone to make, you can't claim that as a patent or a copyright, none of that, period.
What happened to Crow Boys?
At all, period.
Oh, yeah, got plucked. That's what happened. Crow threw you under a bus, didn't he? He did.
2 teaspoons black and black paint. Now keep black and white paint. Keep in mind, this
Crow Boys got plucked. You know how y'all got plucked? I'm gonna tell you why. Because y'all were behind that Cinemax mess at the end of the day. Y'all were the ones ranting about how it's a good product, it's the best product, blah, 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 blah. Then when he matched it to house paint, what happened? I bet you a lot of y'all took that off your wall. I bet you some of y'all probably filed complaints against him. I know you turned on him. Interesting, isn't it? You didn't ever think to make this stuff and put it against your own products. Did you ever think this? Actually, it's called a challenge. It's called a black and white paint challenge. It was for him to put against his own products to see how much of this stuff would match his products. He never did the demonstration.
doesn't make a difference what brand it is. There's going to be a certain brand of this.
There you go, right there. You can make it yourself. That stuff right there, just the 2 tablespoons, will do the exact same thing as all his products. We did the test already, off his own video. Tutorial video showing you how to make it. Man, unbelievable. Personal mix. That was turning the personal thing right there. Oh, yeah, this is where the UV mix. We matched it to Bullseye Primer. It already matched perfectly to Bullseye Primer with no problem. Yeah, Oh, that's our demonstration 4K versus 1080p, 720p, 4K, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Been there, done that already. Let me see. Oh, yeah. I forgot about this.
My name is Kenneth Burke. My company is FLE Technology Screens.
Just how to make
Today
the
we're gonna be
products.
talking about gray screen paint mixers. I'm gonna get this out of the way because I got to get back to my Black Inferno. So I can finish the work on that because I still have a few tests I have to.
So you see this? This is what we made using his tutorial video. Do you see that? That's the personal mix. That's the Metallica mix. You see how close they look exactly the same? Good gracious. I feel sorry for you individuals. All of y'all have the same wagon, just a different color. Did you know that? All of you. You have the same wagon. It does the same thing as your neighbor's does. And you can get into it and ride down the hill, it'll turn corners. It'll do all that stuff. But except for yours is red, and his is blue, and his is green, and his is purple. They're all the same. Nothing different. If you all test them, they all do the same thing. They're just different colors. It's like M&Ms. You know, you buy M&Ms, you think, I like the red ones better, I like the green ones better. But they all taste the same. Technically, they all look the same. Just have this candy shell, which I think at the end of the day is a fantastic marketing at the end of the day. But still, it's still the same thing. You put a handful in your mouth, you don't taste anything different. You just think you taste something different. Like those of you with those compressed 4K projectors. Yeah. This screen right here, this is the paint we made. The screen right here, that's the paint we bought. Oh, Charlie. Now, real quick, I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. I got some things we've been on here forever. Let me explain something to you people. For those who think at the end of the day that Jamie and the rest of the freaking circus group can basically make our products, we did give them that opportunity. I literally gave them the opportunity to make my product, and they failed miserably. As again, they failed so badly at making my products. I literally had to make a dummy version to show them how to make black paint, and it still failed against my product. Then we gave them the challenge of sending us down black paint, which we all know how that ended up. It never came to light, did it not? No. Let them make a challenge, ask me to send them up some great paint. I got a whole list I can send you, but I can't because we're in an open case right now. But here's the thing. You can't make my product. You can't send me down black paint to put against my own product because you failed at that. But yet we can make your product over here. I can make as much as yourself as you want. I can make as much as I want. I showed in demonstrations. I actually use your own tutorial video that shows me how to make your product. And now with the tones out, really don't have to do any mixing with any black and messy. No, I don't have to go through all that. I just basically just slide something off a shelf. Since they have no batch numbers or nothing attached to their products at all, period, what proof do they have that their products actually work? That right there, the big screen, this is our product of gray paint. This right here, that's Jamie's.
Coming on YouTube and trying to convince people that their products do the exact same thing as our products. And you know, the only thing your product can do different from mine is you pull a higher white level. That I'll give you. That you can do. But you're not going to pull white level so high you're going to turn my screen impossible to see. That's not going to happen. If that was the case,
we can make your stuff any day. And look, if you don't believe me, you're gonna go up there and just do the black and white challenge and put it against your own. It's your video, it's your tutorial, and just put it against your own stuff. That's all you got to do. What's the problem? You're right around the corner from the Home Depot. Just pick up the paints that we claim that your product will match and just do the demonstration. That's all you have to do. I don't see what the problem is. I don't know where this is going. I don't get it at the end of the day. That's all you have to do. What's that video at? That's literally all you have to do. Prove this demonstration wrong. This is me, made your products. Right there. See all your products right there? I made them. Black and white paint, that's all I needed to make your product. Because one of the things I realized when one of the Frankenstein videos that was removed off his account, there were 2 containers under his table. One was a quart, that was black paint, we knew what that was, and the other one was a gallon, that's the base, that was white paint. That's how his product is made, black and white paint. Same thing you saw in the demonstration of trying, well, not trying, but he showed you how to make the product for free. Same thing. It's the exact same thing. Now I'm pretty sure he probably dumped a lot of black paint into white paint, That's just, if you're making darker mixes, that's just the wrong way to go. You do a reversal. You start off with the container being black, and then you put the tablespoons of white. That's why you convert it even faster without using tons and tons of black paint to convert white. So we were able to make the UV mix with 6 tablespoons of white paint into black. And the rest of them was 4 and so forth, and 3, and that pretty much we made all this stuff right there on the table, just about all this stuff. We had the rest of it there. But that's all it took. So we had the originals. These are the original products we had from him on our sample sheets, which we have in the next room. We do it side by side. How close do we get? By using his own tutorial on showing us how to make the product. Mind you, that was the purpose of that video when he made it. I told you at the time, Jamie used to give away products for free. And he did a lot of demonstrations showing people how to basically make your own free paint. The problem is that the very free paint that he was giving away, he decided to start charging people. Now, when people say, well, where's the wrong in that? There is a wrong in there. Because if it was a completely different product than the product he was showing you how to make, then that's different. But if it's a product he was showing you already to make, I show you how to make this, now I'm going to charge you for it, that doesn't make any sense at all. You're ripping off your customers. You're telling them that the product you're selling them is completely different when actually it's just the same product you've been giving away for free all these years. So that's how close we came to matching this product. Each one of those large screens is the mix that we made. The smaller ones is his actual product. We use a tutorial video to make the products. Now, like I said, gentlemen, if I'm wrong about all the things I've said about you, if everything I said about you was false, then Danny, you could do me a big favor. Show us a video by tomorrow about the range gain. Show us how it's possible, how you can paint the same paint onto a surface and achieve 2 different gains. Show us this. I want to see them. I'm dying to see this demonstration. I've been asking about it for the longest time, and you just never produced it. Show me. Also, too, give us an understanding and a reason why your product doesn't work on ultra short throws. There's no demonstration showing you why it doesn't function or why it doesn't work. You need to show this. Crow, he did a demonstration about the Frankenstein. He said the Frankenstein can't be used and for home use. Only places I've seen that stuff was home use. You used it in the home. It seemed nothing was wrong with it. So you need to do those demonstrations. Also, when you made claim to PayPal and you said that the product was upgraded, no, it's not upgraded. If you take away ambient light rejection technology out of it, it's not. You downgraded the product. So we all know that was, don't even bother with that stuff. Really just don't. It's the same thing as a UV. We made the UV mix and we got the Frankenstein. We put them side by side. They looked exactly the same. The only difference is the UV is slightly a little darker. So the UV took 6 tablespoons of white paint. The Frankenstein takes 5. And on top of that, you have to do, you guys are talking about how your products don't match these products. You definitely have to do gray versus gray. I think Danny has a gray paint now. You have to do gray versus gray because you have one. You have to do that demonstration. You have to do black versus black. You have to do all those tests. The problem is, gentlemen, this is the problem you run into. You sold these products already. You sold these products without testing. And the sad thing about it is you can't pass your own testing, because your screen will fail. So you sold a product that's untested, try to put it on the market that you haven't even tested yet. So that means you can't do a batch number. And that means you can't give the customers a guarantee. But right there, there's proof. And you can make it yourself. Now, Jamie, as you said before, I can make your, no, you can't make my product. We gave you the option already. You failed. His product's nothing but black paint. Oh, we gave you that option too also. Even sent you a certified letter right to your front door, giving you permission to send me black paint. So that's gone too. You don't have nothing left, gentlemen. Not a thing. This is why I give you these open opportunities, because I like to strip everything from you before we reach that point. We gave you every opportunity to defend yourself, and you did nothing. Now you have nothing at all. Not a thing. Nothing. This is why we send you a cease and desist order. We can show the judge that we clearly tried to get you to back down and you didn't want to do it. So anything it says and that's going to happen to you, we can follow through on it. You can't fight it. There's no way to fight it. There's no way to get around it at all. That's what those letters are designed to do, to give you the opportunity. If you don't take the opportunity that's given to you, then the outcome is going to be absolutely horrifying. Because you can't plead a case to the judge. You can't cry to the judge and say, well, this and that. No, we gave him the opportunity. Right there. Judge is going to ask you back. Why didn't you entertain it? What happened? What are you going to say? Can't say anything. Just got to pay me. That's what you're going to do. You're done. That's why I gave you the opportunity. Look at that. The UV mix, we can make all your stuff. Everything. And you helped us to make it. You helped me to give me the right ingredients to make your product because your tutorial video helped me do it. So who do you blame for this? Do you blame me at the end of the day? No, you blame yourself. First things first, you should have never sold your customers a product that matches something you gave away for free. You should have sold them something completely different that didn't match what you gave away for free. That would be the honest thing to do to begin with. So this is what happens when you get caught doing dirty stuff. I don't have to buy your products, Jamie. Not ever. I can slide it off a shelf. Or I can just make it myself. Oh, that kind of rhyme right there, didn't it? Slide it off a shelf or make it myself. It does. It does rhyme. Anyway, yeah, that's what I can do. See right there? There's your product there. One's going to fall off. Yep. Right back up there, right there. See, perfect match. Every single one of them. Perfect match. Now, like I said, you guys want to come to the room. I'm pretty sure you said some interesting stuff. You do know I didn't look at any of that stuff, right? I never read any of that stuff. I don't read any of that stuff. Why? It's a waste of my time. This is why I tell customers at the end of the day, don't ask us questions about any products when you come through here. When you see a hot mic, we see an open mic, never ask questions because they will not get answered at all, period. You contact us through our email, where you need to contact us through. That's where you contact us through. Hot mics are designed to out people that are doing things they shouldn't be doing. And here is where you're going to see them get angry, get upset, get frustrated. They're going to show their true colors, and that's what we want people to see. That's what the hot mics are for. And we don't come in here and spread lies. Everything that I talk about, I back up. If I say you lied in transcripts, I can show you lied in transcripts. I can back it up. If I'm asking you questions right from the door, hey, how do you get the range gain? How do you get it? Can you show me this? Because if you can't show me this, this is fraud. This is a scam. Now, when I buy your product, I'm going to have the person who purchased it, they're going to contact you. And they're going to ask you the question. We'll keep the emails and transcript, contact you. Are you going to reach out to them? Or are you going to explain to them how we get that range gain? Because I'm curious. I'm going to see if this stuff actually works. Because if it doesn't work, then guess what? You're going to court for fraud. So either take it off your site and remove it and get rid of it, because it's bad business practice, you know it, or basically back it up, because all the videos you have, even coming down to the gray paint, leads to a black screen. And if I'm buying a gray paint, the last thing I want to do is see you painting a black screen and show the results of a black screen. What's the point of that? So this is why we go to websites and stuff, because of the dumb stuff that they do. Jamie, I got enough of your stuff on recording. I need to go to your website. We documented so much stuff on your site. It's not even funny. Your shipping policy, which is a scam. We documented all that. Mind you, we went in on this page right here. The gray versus gray. The gray paint. Went down to the bottom. Film a customer going in. And everything, you don't do nothing from over scratch. Come on, man. That's a lie. That's definitely a lie. Everything's over the counter. There's no way in the world. So we get the mid-gray, which I'm expecting to see a video on it. I come back down here. I am seeing the, let me see if he has, right here we go, right there. For the range gain right here. All right, I'm clicking on this to see how that looks. It says application technique. So you're saying that if I look at this video, you're going to show me how to do this. So I scroll down to the bottom, and what do I get? I get the same video. There's nothing more left. It's the same video. This video applies to all your products. Doesn't make any sense at all, period. Now, if you're showing people how to paint the screen in, all right, that's understandable right there. But if you're showing the final results and the final results is a black screen and I'm looking at it, I'm buying a gray screen, that doesn't help me much at all. So let's skip all this because I don't want to watch all that. And let's go over here.
Just how simple it is. So, one, move the paint around. So you saw I was doing that on the screen.
Yeah, problem you have with that is to see those little white spots I told you before. That's the gray screen on the other end pushing through. Because the paint's too thin, it's too watered down. It's definitely watered down. Should never. That's why it took them so long to paint that screen over there. Because the paint was basically doing this, but you couldn't see it because you weren't on top of the screen. Now you're on top of the screen, you can see the reaction that he was getting over there. That gray was pushing through. Look, that's one coat. That's one application that he put on there, and it didn't even take that well. Look at all those little white spots that pushed through on the screen. Didn't even take well. Can you imagine? You spend like $300-400 for your Elite screen or whatever screen you buy, your setup and all, and you paint this down to your screen, and you get all these little white spots popping up. You're gonna be triggered. You're definitely gonna be triggered. This is where it becomes a problem for you, Dan. This is where they're gonna contact you right off the bat and says, "What the freak just happened?" Because again, the first impression is always the last. A person who paints on a screen is always going to be nervous about instructions. They're going to be nervous about this. If they're going to mess it up, they're going to be nervous about all of that. So for them to get it right the first time, it means a lot to the customer because it means they nailed it. And that gives them the confidence to do it again and again and again and again because they build that confidence level. If I had to wire something in and it had like 40,000 instructions attached, I'm like, what the freak? Like IKEA furniture, by the way, trying to put that stuff together. At the end of the day, I swear. Putting together IKEA furniture, it's like I could have swore. I'm not gonna say that. That's wrong. It'd be wrong to say that, but it is funny. I gotta post it on my other post about that. I'm not gonna say it, but it's kind of fun. Anyway, so it's like that. It's a complete headache to put together. It really is. Only people who basically don't have a problem with IKEA furniture are people who actually work at IKEA because they know how to put it together already. Imagine if you had someone of those living in your building one time. I put together IKEA furniture. But anyway, getting back to this, it becomes a headache, it becomes frustrated, and they don't want to be bothered with it. They'd rather just throw it in the trash and just go buy a sofa that's already put together and not go through the nightmare of it all. So they don't want anything. It's going to be crazy complicated. That's why we don't have instructions, because that stuff is just pour and paint, pour and paint. That's it. There you go. You're done. That's it. Not this. So you get good reaction from the door. That's why we can do batch numbers. Batch numbers, we paint the screen one time, put it up, it's done. That's it. Going back over and over again like this and seeing these kind of results from the first time you painted the screen and then telling customers that you're not trying to paint the screen, you're just trying to cover it. Yeah, that doesn't even sound, I don't even want to do it. I'm not trying to be rude, but who the freak wants to do that? Keep in mind, if you're painting screens that we have over here, we have big screens, no, I'm not doing that. But let me show you all the white particles pushing
Here's
through.
one I've already done the first coat.
First coat.
This is on a light. That's why I recommend that you use black, because you're going to use less material. This is a lot.
He recommends that you use black. So he recommends that you use black because you're going to use less material. No, you're just going to have to paint the screen less because you're not going to see the little gray pushing through. But what if you paint this on your wall? Say if your wall is red or blue or green or a different color, does that mean you have to prime the surface black first before you apply the product because the color of your wall is going to push through? Yeah, you think about all that. People don't think about that when they do these videos.
Light gray that I painted it on. But you're going to see I'm going to do the second coat, and I'm going to show you here just how simple it is. So one, move the paint around. So you saw I was doing that on the screen. It's obviously going to take a little less time to do it here because this isn't screen size.
Doesn't make a difference if it's screen size. You see the little white spots that are popping up? That's the paint, not taken. It's doing the same thing the first one was doing. Kind of looks like, what's that chocolate bar called? The Star Bar? It's a Star Bar. Looks like the Star Bar is one of those.
Then come back and use a little bit of pressure to push. You see how I'm spreading that out? And I'm starting
Still
where I left
separating
off from the previous roll.
All right, so you can see right there, still separating. Nothing's happening. That separation you're seeing right there. The previous surface, separation. That's why he kept going back over the screen. That's why it took so long, because he was seeing this. You just couldn't see it because you weren't at that distance.
Now I'm going to go back and do my
Can't wait to get
micro,
mine.
and you're going to see I come half over right there. So halfway across the previous line and do that across the screen. It's that simple.
And half over across the screen, and guess what? It's still there. Still there. As a matter of fact, what the freak is that? Oh, man. That stuff doesn't even mix well. It's like, I don't know what, it's like skin. Like when you buy pudding, you get skin on the top.
That's
That's
it.
what it looks like.
I'll take, there's our screen. I'm going to take it. I took it outside on the back porch for it to dry because there's our screen.
Now look at that. Look how bad that looks. There's the gray. It's still pushing through, all the way through. He did that many rolls over that surface, and that it's still pushing through. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. You got any form of, you have to sand your walls down. Any imperfections that you're gonna have, it's gonna push through. We're gonna show it. We're gonna do multicolored walls. Mind you, we're gonna test this stuff. I mean, test this stuff to see how badly this stuff is. Because again, we're gonna do multicolored walls on drywall, and we're gonna see how many coats it takes to make it disappear. I guarantee it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. We'll have to coat back over that spot. We're gonna have to do those squares because I don't want to do too much because we don't want to lose too much of the product. So we'll do squares to see how many coats it takes. And we're going to do a demonstration on a thin piece of drywall with another piece of drywall next to it to see if how much of a splatter effect it gives off. So how much of that is going to spray off one wall to another. So he didn't do any of these tests, did he? No, we didn't do any of them. What's going to happen, he's going to tell somebody, oh, it doesn't splatter. Someone's going to paint this stuff, it's going to splatter to the other wall, and they're like, what the freak? Which you should have taken that up anyway, but still, yeah. Because if you're advising people that you don't need to use any drop cloth when you paint the screen because you're a professional, guess what? Professionals use drop cloths. Every last one of them. Because people make mistakes, that's why. We're not perfect. For you to make that statement, that makes you sound like an idiot. Because I don't have to, because I'm a professional. Yeah, okay. Anyway, look at this, right? Look at the results. Now, you see that shine to the screen? Yeah, your ultra short though is gonna have a field day on that bad boy right there. You're gonna be hot spotting like crazy. If you got the light from the windows to reflect off of that, that's not a good sign. That's an extremely bad sign. And then there's this really bumpy imperfection.
Nice, kind of thin finish there.
To what is this? See that grittiness right there? See those crevets, all that stuff, and then you got this skin-like texture over here, whatever that mess is right there. This is pretty bad. Now, if he says that's from the surface, then that means as many coats as you put on, you couldn't basically fill in any dividends, imperfections that the surface may have. That's the point of having thicker paints, which are much better because, again, that's a splatter effect. It's something that's going to stick to your roll. And then on top of that, if you do have any imperfection in your wall, this stuff will fill it in with no problem whatsoever. Where you, when you use a thinner coat, like Goose Screen used to have this really, really thin coat, and you had to sand a wall down. And I remember watching like tons of videos of people just doing demonstrations of them constantly sanding the walls down. They get it perfectly flat with no imperfection, so you can apply the Goose Screen product because it was very thin, and you would get any imperfections that were in the wall would show through your screen. There you go, same thing. So if we have to paint over, we don't even have to use joint compound if I'm basically going between two pieces of wood because the product we make is thick, like styrofoam. You know, we just roll over that and make it one big screen. Or the cardboard that we had sitting over there, we stapled to the wall. Yeah, you couldn't do that with that product. You would have all kinds of problems. But anyway, I don't know what this is, but that's pretty nasty. You can't get mad about it. It's your demonstration. I'm looking at it right there. That's pretty bad. But again, remember, we clicked on a gray product. So what is he going to show? He's going to show us a gray product? No, he's going to show us a black.
And then next, I'm going to take it in just to show you that it actually matches the large screen that I just painted. So there you go. So very easy app.
No, it's not an easy application. Question here. You got two different colors here. Yeah, there are two different colors. If they're the same, then how come this one and this one look completely different? That's not the same screen. What the freak went on there in that demonstration? I just noticed that. That's supposed to be the same product, right? How do you get that and this? Anybody see that? Did anyone notice that magic trick right there? Dude, I swear you gotta have somebody come out dressed like they're about to do a magic trick, like they're about to saw somebody in half. You literally have to do that, because I just saw that screen change colors. You had this right here. You had this right here, and then you painted the same product over here. That's great.
Took it outside on the back porch for it to dry because the sun was out. So you can see that's the dried end
That's gray.
result.
Shiny gray.
Nice, kind of thin finish.
Yeah! Your screen literally changed color in your demonstration. I just didn't see that at first. Look at the container. The container doesn't eat. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I didn't see that. I didn't see it. It literally happened right there in the video. You can see it. All right, look, I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. I'm going to show you. Hold on, we got to break this down slow. We got to break it down slow. Danny, you got to pull this video, man. You definitely got to. I don't know why I did not see it. It's right there. The rollers are gray. We see that right there. Oh, we catch you guys. We catch you guys. So easy to catch you guys. Your screen's black here. So how in the world did your screen go gray here? And I'll tell you why. Look at the paint in your bucket. The paint in your bucket, if this is the first coat that you put on, it's gray. Because the paint in your bucket is actually darker than your screen. You got two colors going off at the same time. That's the first coat that you put on, which is gray. This is gray. That what you had there is black. This is the same product that you painted down on the floor. That screen that you just painted right now just came up gray. It didn't come up black. Your product literally did the same thing that Solid Weight did in the demonstration. So this is the black, and the black came out gray, and he did a charcoal, and the charcoal came out mid-gray. Wow! I don't know why I did not see that. It's right there. Literally right there in front of the camera. What the freak? Dude, you don't even know what you're buying. You literally don't know what color you are going to get. That's why he has the container off to the side this way. It's black in the container. It's not black on the board. Look at that. That's black. That is gray. Your product just did a freaking Houdini right there on camera. I have no idea why I didn't see that. Wow. You literally just did the same thing he did in his video. Except for this one you have black. When it pours out, it's gray. Yeah, you got two different colors. The container is showing black inside. This is definitely gray. These are two different colors you can see. Even your rollers telling the truth. I told you, rollers always tell the truth. They always do. If you're painting the screen and you claim that it's coming up black and the rollers are gray, then your screen's gray. Rollers always tell the truth. Look at the difference between the two. So you literally just did what solid weight did in the video. So for the difference is if it's a blacker product, it comes up gray. If it's a charcoal, it comes up like a mid-gray. You know, I'm gonna hit you with this, right? I'm gonna hit you with this pretty hard. I didn't know why I didn't see this. Your product pulled two different colors. You pulled a Houdini. Oh, don't delete the video, please. Just leave it there. Just leave it there. If you delete the video, we're all gonna know why you delete the video. He literally pulled a Houdini. That's the same thing the other guy just did. Literally did. Came up with two screen colors. He literally has two colors. Because if you look at the floor, I didn't know why I didn't know it before. If you look at the floor screen is black, but this is not black. He's got two colors going off. That's why he pulls it all the way to the side back here. But you can still see the brim right here, that it's black. You can still see it right here, but you can see it's gray here. Why doesn't he put it here? Well, why doesn't he put it here? Because it's not the same color. The colors are changing. This is why I advise you from the door. This is why we sit there and tell you, batch number guarantee. Batch number guarantee. We can't express it enough. Gee whiz Louise. I didn't see that first. I literally didn't see that at first. That's why he has off to the side. He could have put it right here for us to see it. Whatever he put in there, it's not mixing well at all. I wonder what color ours is going to come up. I guarantee we're not going to get this. Good gracious, if the freaking light gray doesn't come up light gray, what color does that come up? And you see the screen is still gritty. Look how gritty it is. So many times he passes over it in slow motion, you can see how it's not even taken to the surface. Watch this. No matter how many times he rolls over it, it doesn't change. It's still the same gritty. That is black. And that is gray. Look at that. Two different colors. It literally has two colors firing off in the screen. I didn't notice that at first when I looked at it. I was like, wait a minute. I didn't bother to look at the bucket. That's gray. And look at this right here. Hold on. Let's pause it there. Go back a little bit. There are two colors at the same time going off within the gray. Literally two colors. You can see them. When he pours it out. That stuff didn't mix well for Jack. I'm going to put mine in a paint mixer. Wonder what happens with that if it mixes. If it doesn't mix, do we stick that thing in a paint mixer? Oh, whatever he has in there is pretty bad. Look at this right here. Watch this. Watch. When he moves this away, you'll see it. Two different shades of gray in there too at the same time. You see it? There and there. Didn't mix well. He has multicolors going off at the same time. Whatever he put in there didn't do well at all, period. Mind you, that screen is supposed to be black. Even though we clicked on for the gray, all the videos do the same thing. They're all basically showing he painted a black screen when he first started. Because he said, I'm taking the same paint from what I did on the floor, and this time I'm going to paint it up high right here. that screen is changing colors. Now watch when he rolls over top of it. You'll see no change. You'll see the white spots push right through. No change at all. You're going to be rolling over this screen multiple times with no change. Oh, it's going to definitely frustrate the daylights out of a customer. No change. Look at that. What are all the white spots? The white spots is the previous screen on the other side pushing through because the paint is too thin. Whatever he put into it, he's weakened the paint so badly that bottom line, it won't even take to the gray surface. But whatever the gray surface had into it, it basically probably had no water or whatever he put into it. I don't know what he put into it, but whatever he did with the gray paint, it worked perfectly fine. It has a better coverage than his own product. If you look at that, he can't even cover the gray paint underneath of it. Oh well. Danny is coming. You know I'm gonna have to do this. Because you scam people, man. Don't take it personally. I just want you to know this is gonna happen in a few minutes. Don't take it personally. But you guys don't test your products. If you don't test your products, guess what? You're gonna come victimized to people like me and other people. At the end of the day, they're gonna know their stuff. You may think you could run this past other people. They may be too dumb enough to figure it out. Maybe you can pull the wool over their eyes, but you're going to bump into people like us, and we're going to see through this nonsense. Look at that. Look how many times it takes you to cover the screen, and the white spots are still pushing through. Gray spots are still pushing through. That's awful. And your rollers are gray. How the freak did you start off mixing the paint black and the rollers come out gray? That's another red flag right there. Look how many times he's rolling over it. Oh, we got to come back. I'll be back.